Hello and welcome to Bounding into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounding into Comics, and I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts, Spencer Bacouli, Donald Edmonds, and Drew Taylor. What's up, guys?
Not a lot. Doing well. How about all of you?
No.
I am trying to close out of my tabs, but I need to make sure I don't lose stuff that I want to keep up. I've got this Nerdrotic video that I wanted to look at because he's talking about Star Wars, and I was thinking about doing a story on it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And then Doomcock did a J.J. Abrams What Could Have Been Last Jedi, so I wanted to look at that too. I have the imgers on that. I just gotta, because the imgers were uploaded in 2018, so
it's the anniversary of that stupid movie, huh?
Yeah, did you see his tweet? He only tweeted pictures of OT characters.
That was really funny when I saw your tweet about it, yeah.
I was like, what's going on here? What's going on? But yeah, so we got the chat is here. Yeah, Mark is saying John is taking lessons from Gary and being 30 minutes late. Well, you would know I was being you would know why I'm late. I was just putting up that X-Men story.
We were working. We were working for you boys.
Yeah, I haven't even shared it to all the social yet. I probably won't get to that.
It's okay, John. No matter how many tabs you have open, at least you don't have 20 tabs open of Prime from the Malibu Ultraverse.
Yeah, I do.
That's what I have open because we were talking about that before the stream.
I gotta close all these Reddit tabs. I got Instagram stuff. Star Wars. Oh, that's okay. I follow that. That's Star Wars.
Let it be known that if Prime from the Ultraverse ever receives his own MCU movie, I've made it very clear to my three friends here that I will find a way to get them all $1 million.
But yeah,
we didn't even bet anything. If it happens, I'm giving it to them because there's no way I wouldn't believe it.
But so yeah, we got a bunch of folks in the chat. Lopter's here, Demon King of Inferno, Mark Lewis talking about The Expanse. I literally didn't even know that season 5 of The Expanse was coming out today. So no, I haven't watched it. I feel like they're marketing on that. They've dropped the ball completely on that. I feel like a lot of people didn't even know it was coming out.
I think it's because they've already canceled it, so they're just just give it to them.
Where was the hype marketing for it? There wasn't any.
The problem was the hype marketing was thrown into the same marketing as the season 6 announcement. So they were season 6 announced and season 5 announced, but the big focus was season 6 being the last one. So a lot of the season 5 stuff kind of went under the radar.
Yeah, well, you would figure, man, they would have at least made a big deal about it. I guess at the start of the week, even 48 hours till new Expanse drops or anything.
Expanse is Amazon, right? They've got 4 million.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
They don't need to advertise.
I was kind of shocked. I liked The Expanse through most of season 3. There was one really good episode 4 was really good in season 4, but I thought for the most part season 4 was a little lackluster. So I guess that's probably why I haven't really been focused on it either. But who else? Deviant Porg is here in the chat with us. He's saying The Expanse is a great show, but he hasn't seen the 5th season yet. Yeah, that's because only the first episode's out. I don't think they've released any more than that.
Well,
and it just came out today.
You mean they didn't drop the whole kit and caboodle like normal?
No, I think Amazon is following Disney's path of doing weekly releases. I think that's what you're going to see because I think Gary was right on that. It lets people build hype. You can talk about it for a week, keep promoting it, get reviews up instead of just being for me personally, when we do a weekly show, when we're just do our weekly show and we're just talking about something, it's just I watched it, and then you never talk about it again for the next year or whenever they drop the next season. Whereas with Mandalorian, we're talking about it every single week. It's probably driving people to their streaming service to buy it, purchasing Disney Plus.
They probably get more advertising revenue, obviously, if you're sticking around for weeks instead of 1 week.
And word of mouth too.
Yeah,
I don't know about the advertising revenue. I don't think they have any advertising at Disney Plus.
Oh, maybe not Disney Plus, but I was thinking of the other ones. I know Hulu has ads.
Yeah, Hulu.
Amazon has some. I know YouTube does, but nobody should be paying for that trash.
Hulu has live sports.
They do. I just use the Yahoo Sports app.
Yeah, they're going to be expanding, I guess, with the ESPN Plus app and stuff like that.
That's
There's
right.
like a
From the
combo that
investment
you
call.
can do. Who else is here? Roof Korean 92. He's not happy that we're late. Maybe he's joking. He's probably he's. And Parrothead is here as well. He said
Kogi Pan.
Kogi Pan, yeah. Parrothead with his comment. Beware the Drew.
Yeah.
I actually really holy crap! That's a really cool icon.
It is actually.
Yeah, Kogi Pan is here. Don is in the chat. Tahillam is here, 29. Good to see you, Bannon Comics, and the rest of the crew. Getting closer to 150 plus subs here. Awesome, dude. That's great. Congratulations.
Good job, team.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We really appreciate that. But yeah, so let's kind of go around the whole. Oh my gosh, you got them up there. So crazy. So crazy. Let's kind of go around the horn like we normally do. How we start off every show. We'll talk about what we've been enjoying this past week, what we've been watching, reading, playing, and then we'll kind of get into our main topics, which we'll talk about Tom Cruise. We'll talk about the latest Black Panther rumors, and then we'll get into some Pedro and him seemingly addressing some of those Mandalorian rumors that have been going out. I found the interview really interesting. The way he answered the question was
very crafted.
Yeah, we'll bring that clip up later because we'll see what people think about that. Oh yeah, we can talk about that as well, Mark. Let's actually talk about that right now before we get into it. So he's asking Star-Lord being in a
play it
polyamorous relationship.
Yeah.
Holly.
So Wolverine route, eh?
So yeah, did that actually happen?
Oh no, it's happening right now.
Oh, it is, and it's still happening with the Wolverine stuff.
Yep, still canon right now.
It is. They actually have canonized it.
It started.
I mean,
in canon.
it's heavily implied.
Okay, well, I wasn't there. Is there like a scene? Is there a scene where they're at like the Star-Lord scene where they're like in a bath together, like naked?
There's like, because what is it, Dawn? It's like during Dawn of X, or is it like X of Swords, where there's just a lot, like they all move into like a new base, kingdom, castle type of thing.
Yeah, and their rooms are all connected.
Yeah,
we did a live stream and we examined that map of Cyclops' house on
I remember that.
Moon, and
Cyclops' house on the moon.
Yeah, the Summers house.
Things like that sound like they would be awesome. They sound like old school comics, but
yeah, their section of the house is the only one that has all of their bedrooms with like doors connecting, right?
Yeah,
something like that. Whereas everyone else, there's like walls that break them up. Yeah. But we still haven't gotten like a hot tub scene like Star-Lord.
No.
Okay. So if you haven't seen it, we got it up on the website. Can you bring that up, Spencer?
The Star-Lord. Yes. Going to it now.
So it's the latest episode of Star-Lord. I think it's like 19 or something like that. Or I guess it's the latest episode of Guardians of the Galaxy. And he's like he uses his element gun to steal like the powers of the Greek gods.
Dale Ewing, right?
Yeah, it's Al Ewing. Yeah.
Al Ewing. Yeah.
Yeah. So he steals the power of the Greek gods with his element gun.
Really like rights.
And then he's like somehow transported to some distant planet.
Oh yeah.
Dude, look at that art right there. Go back up real quick.
Dude, I love that art.
Awesome. I was really trying to get the girl. There's like a girl on his leg, like total like Frazetta style.
Total Leia and Luke on A New Hope.
Yeah, I was really trying to get that, and
that's one of the.
It didn't crop in.
That always makes me a little bummed when we're writing stories, and I have such a good image, and I can never get it just right.
Yeah, you can see her blonde hair there, but yeah, that's some great art. I think that's the cover for the old, like it's a graphic novel that collects like the original Star-Lord tales.
It's like a magazine, I think.
Yeah,
like
it's like
the old school UK magazines, whatever they used to call them.
I think this was called I think it's called Legendary Star-Lord or something, and it collects all the old Star-Lord comics from I forget what they're in. I have it in the article. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But yeah, so scroll down here. We get Star-Lord arrives on this. Yes, he arrives on this planet. He's naked when he arrives. He meets these two blue aliens. I can't remember what their names are. One's name is
Aradia and Moors.
Yeah.
According to
Yeah, he quickly discovers that Aradia and Moors are in a relationship. Not only are they in a relationship, but they invite Star-Lord to join them. Aradia tells him, "Our fire is yours. Our food is yours. Our bond should be yours too. Hubba, hubba, hubba. You become part of us, Peter. Part of our togetherness." And then Star-Lord refuses. He's like, "No thanks, man. I got my homegirl Gamora waiting for me." And this was after a year he's been on this planet. He's like, "Nah, man, I can still hold out. I'm doing good." But then it only takes him another 11 years to succumb, and he shows up at this portal. They're bathing him. It's kind of weird. But yeah, and then you get them having a threesome in the hot tub. And
that's Marvel.
But this is what I thought was hilarious. So no one was really pointing this out, and we didn't put it in our headline, but you can see that the Aradia chick is pregnant right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, it's 143 years. So apparently these aliens live really long lives too. They haven't aged at all, and neither has Star-Lord. I'm not really sure what his backstory is in current comics anymore. Is he the son of Spartax?
What is it? I stopped paying attention to him about the time they stopped being space heroes.
Okay. Yeah. But I guess being the son of Spartax lets him live a really long time on this planet. But then, literally 12 minutes later, I cut it out, but it says, you see where, go back up real quick.
Oh, yeah.
You see where it says 143 years? There's on this panel here, it says 12 minutes later, and she's flying through the air. So scroll down now.
Yeah.
And look, where did the baby bump go? Did she have a kid in 12 minutes? What's going on here? What's going on? This is Marvel Comics right here. We're gonna randomly insert a pregnant woman, and then 12 minutes later, she's no longer pregnant. So who knows what happened there?
This is the same company who published that awful Miss Marvel art or Captain Marvel art from the other week, who reused an entire issue of X-Men and sold it to their audience twice. This is not DC.
But I just thought that was hilarious. That she's literally not pregnant anymore. And then so they got the old school Star-Lord stuff, which is always kind of fun. Which is interesting. I didn't realize this, but Pando Lando wasn't the first one to get it on with his shit.
No way, man! Right here,
Star-Lord did it first. But she takes the form of a ship, but she says she's a living being, so she's not technically a droid.
Yeah, just as I am the ultimate starship, Peter Quill, but also a living being. Yeah.
I mean, if you scroll down, she's a pretty good looking broad there. There you go. That's not her.
That's the alien.
That's her right there. Black and white there. She's looking pretty good.
I miss this nice Flash Gordon sci-fi.
It's like Barbarella right there.
Yeah, is that worthy of the bell there, John?
I don't know. It's kind of old.
It's a little Bruce Timmey there in the chest.
I thought it looked good. There were some better panels where you get a full where she actually becomes the woman and it looks really good.
It's transforming and stuff.
But I just wanted to show that Star-Lord is always with women, even when they take the form of spaceships. But if you keep going down, he gets it on with this other woman here. As you can tell in that first panel, she's a green ugly woman. But the planet that they're on creates illusions or whatever, so he sees a hot blonde, and obviously they're getting it on. I think if you go up to the first in his first debut, keep going up. In the first episode, his first comic, right there. Yeah, like it's not like a romance scene, but if you read it, like they capitalize like I welcomed him to base or whatever. Yeah,
Damn,
right there.
Who's that, Betty? Is he new here? He's all right. That's Peter Quill, Carol. And when he came down from Ohio last week, I dropped by to welcome him to the base.
Sir Mix-a-Lot literally like stole this conversation for the opening of Baby Got Back there.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, welcome welcome him
Betsy
to base.
Ross and Carol Danvers?
Could be.
I don't know.
I don't think so. They're just like random,
just women.
They never show up again.
Okay, good.
But yeah, Star-Lord is like totally different in that first comic. He's like an angry, bitter person, just like wants revenge on these aliens that killed his daughter or his mom.
Flash Gordon type, yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah, he wants to get into space. Nothing stops him. What's crazy is that his attitude is actually what prevents him from like getting chosen because he's so driven. He like drives people away.
He's also got the old like night owl helmet from Watchmen.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you keep going down, he's been with Kitty Pryde.
That was a big thing.
Yeah, right there. He was with her for a while.
Almost married, right?
Yeah, they were engaged. Right here, you can tell that it's talking about being engaged. Fiance, like look at that, they're dancing and everything. And then this is from Infinity Wars.
Yep.
Where Gamora steals the Soul Stone from him.
It's great art.
It's the Power Stone. The Power Stone steals the Power Stone from him. And gives him a replacement. And then he's been with Gamora in this most recent run. Like they're showing them on the rocks there a little bit because they've gotten a little tiff about Star-Lord wants to go back into space, and Gamora's like, nah, man, I want to stay here and grow a family. So yeah, he's usually with women, and now they've all of a sudden stuck him with this dude now. But that's what Marvel Comics is up to. I mean, that's pretty much all you're gonna get from them anymore. I feel like
it's true.
I don't even pay attention to any of this stuff unless someone points it out,
right?
Or it comes across the desk because it's just who cares? Like, really.
God,
I mean, I know I get a little like I always like twinge my eye when people like respond to like our stories. It's like, who cares? And I'm just like, well, I wrote the story, so I'm hoping you would care a little bit. Oh yeah, there you go. There's the full cover.
Pull that up.
Yeah, Star-Lord Guardian of the Galaxy. Okay, yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
but yeah, that is absolutely
so cool,
stunning right there.
Yeah,
that is some
the shine off of his belt. I love it.
Yeah,
the Deja Thoris off his leg.
I think that's the ship. I think that's his ship.
Oh,
you might be right.
Yeah, I think that's his ship there when she's in her human form.
Heck yeah, love it. Love it.
So yeah, that is that's basically what they're doing with Star-Lord. A lot of people, I think Data Racer has some tweets on it. People are celebrating it because it's just taking shots at Chris Pratt. Because that's all it is. I mean, that's probably why they did it, because they knew the Twitterazzi would get on it and just try and like go after Chris Pratt to take him out because he plays Star-Lord in the live action films. So. It's all about the agenda.
Yep. And he dares to support God.
Yeah, yes. Right. He dares to have a faith.
So let's go around the horn here. I just don't even care. It's so bad. Like I really just I was more interested in like reading the old stuff. Yeah, when I was for the research for the story and finding all those like relationships that he had. Yeah. And there's some like. Great. The ship story was actually like pretty well done. It wasn't like, oh, like my robot like likes to bang me like Pando Lando. So horrible. Like because they had been spending time together for a while. Like it's just Star-Lord on his ship and they had like the ship communicates with him in a while, and then like they crash land on a planet and she has to like save him and performs like life-saving surgery on Star-Lord, and then she has to, and in order to do that, she has to take the human form. So it's actually a pretty cool sci-fi story. It's a shame we didn't get to see the rest of that story because after that first issue, they canned the guy who was doing it left Marvel, or they parted ways. Now I'm not sure if he got canned or he left or what it was, but Chris Claremont took over and was doing his did his like take on Star-Lord, and he kind of kept a little bit to what had been before, but we didn't get to see what the original guy had planned for him.
And then, of course, he got completely revamped during Annihilation and all that.
Yes.
Into a really cool Star-Lord with the best costume of all time. And then after that, they like completely 180'd his personality to be movie style, and it was annoying.
Yes. For sure. That's the problem when you have these other characters that they're not like they're not like what you see in the comics. So it's like really hard. Like I'll be honest, like I'd never read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic before I watched the movie, and then I went to go pick up the movie, and I was just like, dude, why does Drax look like the Hulk?
Yeah,
like I don't even know this character. Who is this? That doesn't look like Drax. So it's just like maybe you should have made him like look like that in the movie if you want to like get that synergy going on there.
I always thought they should just make an imprint all their own just for movie-related comic books if that's what they want to do. That way the people who are looking for the movie stuff can go there, and the people like us who don't really want to see Star-Lord turned into this can have our own stuff.
Yeah.
I think the old stuff, you're not going to find any of those new characters in there. You're going to see Vance Astra. You're going to see the Ogord. You're going to see, you're going to see the dude made of crystals.
Hey, he's in the movie. He's in the movie.
The second one. That's a cameo.
That's what is that?
Yeah.
Is that Charlie 21 or whatever?
Yeah, Charlie 21.
I think I need to add him to my redhead.
Charlie 21's different.
Oh, the one who was the crystal guy was Lex Luthor from Smallville.
Yeah. Daniel Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
He was Martin X. That's his name.
Martin X. There it is.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, I think I'm done talking about Star-Lord. I do recommend. Actually, I recommend that first issue that he shows up in. I can't remember what it is. It's in the article there. You can find it. But I do recommend checking out that first issue. I actually recommend
number 4 from 1976.
Yeah, and then I think he shows up again in 11, and that's the first Chris Claremont story. But I recommend actually just reading that. Star-Lord, Guardian of the Galaxy.
Guardian of the Galaxy, yeah. I'm pretty sure it collects like a couple of his like early appearances.
Yeah, it collects all the first Marvel previews. So I recommend that because that actually was pretty solid storytelling there. And then we'll come back to me, but let's start with you, Spencer.
Before I start, I just wanted to point out, like, I know we all give modern like they put an important Star Wars plot point in freaking Fortnite. Right, like they've got to stop doing this. But then
wait, what? When?
Dude, the Emperor's speech. The from Rise of Skywalker, the only place you can hear it is in Fortnite.
He gives a speech.
Yeah, remember like the title crawl of Rise of Skywalker is like the dead speak, and it talks about how Palpatine sent out a message to his forces across the galaxy.
Oh, that was on Fortnite, dude.
Only Fortnite. It was a special event where like everybody could go into the arena, and they were showing some like trailers and stuff. And then they were like, "Oh no, incoming message!" And Palpatine shows up as a big blue head and tells that part. And it's completely canon. It's the only place you can find it.
Did people start throwing tomatoes?
I'm sure they did. They better have, otherwise I'd have been disappointed. But what I was saying is,
I didn't even know that.
Like Star-Lord showed up in Marvel previews. Like that's so funny to me. Like I don't remember. Imagine if like the Diamond previews from back in the day introduced like brand new characters. It's such a funny outlet.
Yeah, the previews were. It was an actual like comic, though. It wasn't like
were they
the previews you get today?
Okay. Then
that's like a full blown story.
Oh, I was wrong then. I was completely.
It's mistaken. It was like an actual magazine where you got like 5 or 6 stories, like the original stuff where you
see. I've always thought that they were like I was thinking about like the modern day ones, but then where it's just like here's what's coming, and then maybe they threw in like a random story or two. Which is why I was like, that's so weird. But
no, they were previewing characters that they were. It was basically like, do you like this character?
Right. I like
if
that.
You do, we'll put him in. We'll explore him further.
I'd much prefer, kind of thing. Comics to do that than give me 9 first issues of Miss Marvel and demand that I like her.
Well, back then you could. Chuck Dixon's talked about this too. You could tell how well people liked comics by the return rate. So if people didn't return your comic, that means they bought it all off the newsstand and you made a crap ton of money.
Yeah.
If they returned your comic and it was a lot, your comic sucked. And you have to either figure out it's a story issue, it's a curb appeal issue. You got to figure out like what was going wrong there. But yeah, we don't do that anymore. And like now they're like DC's totally trying to hide their sales because I guarantee they're like super abysmal. Because they don't work with Diamond anymore. They just do
their own that one distributor.
Yeah, they're just with one now. It used to be two, but I think they're now with one. And they're pretty much going full digital for the most part.
Oh, they've been pushing the digital avenue for a long time. Like I'll give them credit. It's all been hit or miss, but for like years they've always had like a digital comic that was important or meant something. Like they always did the Arrow or Flash tie-in comics, or
I think Injustice was digital.
Injustice was digital. Deceased, except for the core series, everything else was digital. So
Gotham High.
Digital garbage.
Yeah. All right. So I know we were supposed to get to special. Let's get to the chat here real quick first.
Yeah. What do you guys got going on? Palpatine in Minecraft.
Deviant Pork says no comic news can upset me today. Bendis run on Soup and Action Comics is finished. It's a day of celebration.
He's gone finally.
Oh, he's gonna move on to something else. He's obviously getting his stuff into TV now.
That's like the double-edged sword here. On one hand, I'm like, he's gone. Superman can finally maybe get back to being decent, but then I'm like, who's he going to next? Green Lantern by Bendis. We already did that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's consulting on that Naomi show.
Oh yeah,
or what is the other one of his other? The Ironheart series.
The Riri one.
He's also getting royalties from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah, with Miles, right?
And I'm sure he's getting some serious residuals from the Spider-Man 3 if everything we've been hearing about the rumors is actually going to happen.
I'm sure he's getting a lot of residuals. He's had a pretty big hand in shaping like the early 2000s of Marvel. So
I know DC doesn't really give you a lot. Good. Like I don't think Chuck talks about that on his videos where like he doesn't get a lot when Bane shows up. He likes it when Bane's in everything, but I don't think he gets a lot. They kind of screw over the guys who create these characters. Tehillim says Challenge of the Super Sons #1 was awesome. Marco Seth says The Croods 2.
I gotta check that out then. I have my DC books ready, Porg, so I'll probably talk to you about them.
Deviant Porg is saying that there's a Wonder Woman digital only title coming out in March.
For the movie? Or I guess not, because that'd be way after the movie.
I remember they advertised that like horrible comic with the ugly fat
what
alien
was it?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And they tried to like.
I want that cover.
It's not really Wonder Woman. It's like one of my OC
alien.
characters. Like as a fan, it's like okay, yeah, right. Don't buy it.
You just wrote yourself your own out there. Like, come on.
Deviant Porg is saying Bendis will be on Justice League. That's the rumor. But Superman and Action Comics will be written by the guy who wrote Last Gods. I saw Last Gods when it was being what is the word? Promoted, I guess. Yeah. It looked pretty good. I might have to actually like check that out because it was a Black Label comic, I think, and it looked like it had a Conan vibe to it. If it's the comic I'm thinking about, so I might have to check that out. Fat Steven Seagal is talking about this ugly, horrible cheetah action figure.
I saw that.
Dude, pull it up. Pull it up. It's so ugly.
I'm grabbing it.
It's so ugly. I noticed that it said like it says battle ready. Yeah, it says battle ready, and I was just like, what is it ready to battle the trash? Because that's where it's going.
They cannot do their dolls, man.
It's so ugly, man. But it reminded me. I just thought of this. If anyone hasn't seen Ichibaka's new Star Wars Toy Story video, I highly recommend it. the opening of the video is just all of the sequel trilogy toys just being shoved through shredders and being destroyed, and they have a whole warehouse of these
Oh
toys
my
just getting
god, it's
destroyed.
terrible.
Oh, it's so ugly. Yeah, look. Oh, dude, it's so ugly.
It's really
It's
bad.
so ugly.
Oh, it's bad.
I almost
Like who's? I would not buy this for my daughter. No way. Even when she was 4, 5, and we could play with something like that, I would not
right.
buy
Even
that.
if she liked cheetah, I would get her a better cheetah doll. There are way
Yeah,
better
they're
cheetah
so
dolls.
ugly. It's so ugly. That
It
is a
looks
dog.
sad.
That is a dog toy. That is what that is. It's a dog toy.
That's so bad.
But if you gave that to your dog, they might choke on it with the headpiece popping off or something. So you wouldn't even give it to your dog. It's just, yeah. Dude, calling it a Thundercats knockoff is even worse, man. That's insulting the Thundercats,
And
Soul
it's
Assassin.
$13. That's what's even worse.
She
Ugh.
looks sad. She looks
is
like
sad.
She realized what movie she was in.
Yeah. Why does it remind me of that Captain Marvel image?
Yeah!
Yes, it does.
I told
Oh
you.
my gosh, Laughter.
I'm
Yes,
pulling-
it does.
I am pulling up my article because I will never get over how bad Captain Marvel toys
It's
are.
so ugly. Hold on, go to the top before you do that. Go to the top
yeah.
image there where she's like this.
Wah!
Oh, she's not even like that. Oh, she's like hugging you. She's like, oh, come in for a hug. No, stay away.
Is she wearing a jacket?
It's like a leotard because it's a doll, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like she's got clothes on. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, you can see there's like the thread, and then like
Oh, that's
plastic
even
for her
worse.
feet.
So bad.
No.
Deviant Pork says it's.
Look at
similar.
these; they're all bad.
Yeah.
This one's pretty bad. That one just looks like Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
That one's tired again. I mean,
It's just
so then there's
cheap.
Hot Toys who got
Dude,
close,
it's just
but
cheap China crap, man. It's
oh
what
yeah,
it is.
of course.
That one's not too bad.
Hey,
the
the
sideshow one isn't too bad.
Oh, I mean that's Hot Toys, so of course they're gonna go all
Yeah.
the way out.
CP might make $1.
But like even as good as they are, there's still something off about her faces in these figures. If you guys go check it out yourself.
Well, that's just Brie Larson's face.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty large.
Clearly,
Look at that.
I can see her toy.
That was hilarious that he did that. Like,
he was the one
it's-
who called that out. I love it.
Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah, Lofter was talking about the comic. I think the comic image was in there too. Was at the top of the article, I believe. Was that at the top of the article? I don't know.
Which one?
The Captain Marvel. He's talking about the comic image.
Oh no,
recently.
that's not in there.
That's somewhere else. All right. But yeah, I'm still calling that a Thundercats knockoff is an insult to Thundercats, man. It really
It kind of is.
All right. Fire away, Spencer. What have you been?
yeah.
What have you been into?
So, obviously, I was playing last Bounding Live. I was super into Persona 5 Royale, still jamming along on that. But my schedule got a little interrupted. We had a surprise live stream about the Disney announcements on Thursday. If anybody hasn't checked that out, it was a lot of fun. And then I went out of town this weekend, so I was away from the PlayStation, but I caught up on some comics. I started Grant Morrison's Green Lantern run, which I love just because
the artwork on that is fantastic.
It's so good.
That guy, the guy who does the artwork on that's
Liam
really
Sharp.
good.
Yeah,
Liam Sharp. He's fantastic.
He kills it. But I mean, it's a really good run. Morrison is my favorite non-binary vegetable consciousness, whatever he's going by these days. So I would highly recommend that. And then, funnily enough, on the Marvel side, I got the itch to check out what's been happening with Spider-Man. So I've caught up on Amazing Spider-Man #1 since whenever Nick Spencer and Ryan Otley took over. It's hit or miss. There's some really cool moments, but a lot of rehash moments. You've got Kraven coming back to hunt him and setting him up through a challenge, and then all of his animal-themed villains being rounded up. And, you know, he's lost his job again. But there's some moments. But then because it's Spider-Man, there are some like tie-ins to other Marvel events, and they're just bad. They tried to redo 2099, and they kind of just crapped over everything. So avoid Marvel at large. Oh, except for Savage Avengers. I started Savage Avengers, And
That's got Conan in it, right?
Yeah, it's got Conan in it, and it's got some really good moments between Conan and like Wolverine, where like there's one scene where Conan and Wolverine steal the amulet from the bad guy, and Wolverine's like, "Good, take this, get out of here," and Conan jumps all over the castle walls and he's making his escape. But as he's escaping, he hears Wolverine screaming because he's being like sliced open and tortured and drained of his blood, and he decides, I can't let this brave warrior, fall in my stead. So he goes back. But then you cut to Wolverine and he's like, you're never going to get this from me, pal. The amulet you want is years away and it'll never come back. And then, of course, Conan shows up and he's like, unhand him. I have what you're seeking. And Wolverine's just like, oh, crap. So really, lots of really good Conan moments there. Oh, there's another moment where, like, after he rescues Wolverine from his blood being drained, he's trying to, like, wake him up to fight next to him, but he can't because he's, blood loss. So Conan just starts swinging Wolverine around as, like, a club. And he's like, warrior, you must show me these hidden blades when we are done. And it's pretty great.
I don't know.
I like Conan Wolverine.
That kind of sounds super cheesy.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It's campy.
I am intrigued that Conan is in the Marvel universe, and I would be interested to see him go up against like a Predator or something like that. I think that could be cool.
Yeah. Conan versus Predator versus Alien.
Yeah, that could be cool. And then add in Wolverine, because then you can like reference the oh my gosh, what are they called? Superhero beat up or whatever.
Oh,
where they did that Alien versus Wolverine.
Yeah. Oh god.
Fight, which is actually really good. If you haven't seen that, totally check it. I think isn't that what it's called? Superhero beat up or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna look it up.
They're doing a Batman movie right now. I think they're crowdfunding a Batman movie. We covered a little bit of it. Okay, so
Batman films are always great.
Deviant Porg is saying Savage Avengers is good. I might actually have to check that out because I do like some Conan.
Yeah.
Some old school.
Definitely lots of calling for Crom.
Okay, there we go. Hot Babes, or it's modern Marvel.
Elektra so far, but she is in a good costume. She's not in that dumb costume.
Okay.
That they just showed off. But yeah, no, check it out. I'm only one issue into it, so who knows where it'll go, but good Conan moments. But that's really what I've been checking out this week.
Sweet. All right, Don. Actually, before we get to Don, I see that Lopter here has been playing Payday 2 and Fallout New Vegas. Old World Blues, is that an expansion for New Vegas? I
no idea.
I don't know.
Must be.
Yeah, no, it's an expansion. It's a good one.
They fell off the map after 76.
Oh, this
New Vegas is before
New Vegas
76.
way before.
And
76
is a different developer too.
Yeah, New Vegas 76 is the online one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The completely awfully
the awful one.
Where people can raid like dev rooms. So good.
Oh wait, Deviant Pork says there's a moment Conan kills a girl with a prosthetic leg of one of the girls he's sleeping with. Okay, so there are some. It sounds like there's some.
That's awesome. I got
another hilarious moment. Oh, you haven't got. Okay, so the spoilers.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, Don, take it away.
What have I been doing? Oh,
yeah. How far are you in Wheel of Time?
I have not finished the first chapter. It's been a busy week.
I thought you said you finished the first chapter.
Like I have not gone like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gone past the first chapter.
All right.
But freaking A. It's been a long week. But recently somebody sent me some stuff. So whoever sent me this, thank you very much. I guess
that
that's
looks
on
real.
my live.
I can easily see that now. That's so much easier to see.
My live stream on Thursday.
Still can't see that one.
See that one? Well, it's a holograph of. It's a hologram of Robin. And then they sent me some old school skybox cards.
Awesome.
Yeah, Spidey.
Nice.
Love that art.
Dr.
You
Doom.
know,
Yeah.
just
Juggernaut.
some
Yeah,
classic.
nice.
I think that's
beautiful
delightful.
stuff. This is old school.
It's Dracula, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
forget
is
who
old school.
plays him.
Bela
Doesn't tell you?
Lugosi.
Vincent Price.
What is it?
Dude,
What
that's
is it, Drew?
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi. Okay. And then some for the Batman.
Oh, that's not. That's Elseworlds Batman.
Really?
Yeah, he's got the red symbol. The red
Yeah,
belt.
that's the
That's Thomas Wayne.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Flashpoint Batman.
That's like a male Joker though. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Looks like
he
Flashpoint
did
Batman.
come over into our universe.
Yeah, I guess. But that's is that an old card or is that new?
What year? 96.
Dang. Just like what's his name came up with the name for the movie all by his own, Ryan Johnson. No new ideas. Everything gets recycled.
Oh
So,
yeah.
anonymous viewer, thank you for the gift.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Drew. Beware the Drew. What have you been up to?
Well, it's been kind of sad around here because in this neck of the woods because yeah, I know it's not like pop culture, but it's still kind of relevant because I have no baseball team to root for anymore. I officially after 41 years I gave up my fandom of the Cleveland Indians because they decided to completely get rid of their identity. They got rid of the logo a couple years ago, and now they just announced they're getting rid of the Indians name. So
Really?
Sounds like the Redskins.
So you're gonna have the Cleveland baseball team?
So I don't know if they're going to be called the baseball team or whatever, or something else. I'm sure they're going to find something else. But
I can call them the Red Sox.
That's awesome. It's just I refuse to root for them. They lost.
Dude, Drew, what happens when they come for the Browns?
No, they're not going to change the Browns. The Browns are named after an actual coach. They're not
I know, but do you think that anybody demanding these changes knows that?
Doesn't matter.
This is just to preserve the sanctity of indigenous people. Don't you know?
That's where it starts.
Brown-skinned people.
I have not watched a single Redskins game this year, and I will not be watching any whatsoever. I usually watch the football games on Thanksgiving on Thursday. Mm-hmm. I did not watch any of them. I just don't care. Literally other things to do.
So you know, Spencer brought up a good point. I only have one team left. I only have the Browns. The Browns and screwed. I have no sports at all. But no, whatever.
It's so hard to watch it, man.
Yeah. I'd rather at least watch that than like I said, I refuse to support the baseball team now. But besides that, I've just been spending a lot of time, obviously, with Cyberpunk. I know that Cyberpunk.
You were on the stream with him when he showed it off.
I know, but you didn't come across
there.
all those game-ending crashes or anything?
No, I haven't had.
He's on PC. He's not
no, people have had it on PC too. But the thing is I think I lucked out because my system's a little older. It's I'm running on about a 4-year-old system. I'm on a 1060 graphics card, so I'm running my graphics settings at medium, which is like the recommended for my card. I haven't once really run into an issue. Now there's certain glitches in game, like you'll run into unlootable objects at times, things like that. You know, the only other, I think, gripe I've had with the game so far is I wish the fast travel system didn't depend on like terminals and stuff. You have to go find a terminal in the world and fast travel from one terminal to the other. You know, I kind of wish it was built in, but so far.
But how are you feeling? Do you feel safe after playing?
Oh yeah,
I just want to make sure that,
I'm
that
not
the
gonna
environment
have
was
like
completely inclusive for you.
I'm not gonna have like a epileptic seizure anytime soon. I don't think so.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. I just wanted to make sure that the words that were on a screen didn't cause you bodily harm.
No, not at all. You know, and
they weren't violent towards you. What?
They didn't jump out of the screen and break your legs?
No, and you know, it's funny. Neither, you know, seeing a nipple didn't kill me either. I figure, but the
10-foot long.
It's only a matter of time.
But the thing is
You just do that for a boob?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the.
No, he was talking about the other thing that's in the poster.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't have to worry about that because I made a female character.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
the thing is so far, like, I think CD Projekt Red did a really good job with the overall, like, the game story is really good so far. The side quests are interesting. I kind of like the whole aesthetic of the world and everything. It's really immersive, and it's really cool because it's kind of a mix of, like, Fallout meets Grand Theft Auto in a way.
That's cyberpunk for you.
And I'm really digging it. But I know right now the game is getting a lot of criticism because people have said, well, it came out too early. They should have delayed it because it was too glitchy or this and that. And, it's gotten a lot of criticism. And I kind of feel bad.
It's one of those games that no matter what would have happened, there would have been something people would have railed on it for.
That game has been getting criticized for the past 2 years.
That was in their sights, man. That was in their sights.
Yeah, well, I think it's all going to even out where it's going to be all right because I've had one of the rare experiences where I've gotten pretty lucky as far as it comes to crashes and glitches, but I know, like, a majority of people, especially like console people, are having issues, and a decent amount of PC people are having issues with it, and it's just CD Projekt Red needs to get their stuff together and get fixes out and get things patched to where the game is on a good level. Because
I would love to know in the future, Drew, like, how much of this was their own problem, like their own fault, and how much of it was a result of, we were developing this for the PlayStation 4 and 360, or for the one, but then all of a sudden here comes this next console generation, so we've also got to do it for that and make sure they work. I feel like there's a lot there. Not completely absolving them of responsibility, but I feel like there's something there.
Yeah, and Porg just made a good point. And I can see where he's coming from, because he said CD Projekt Red, kind of did people dirty by not giving PlayStation and Xbox One keys for reviews. It was just for PC, and it can have a tendency to hide problems.
It's true.
I understand that. I will give the game a comprehensive review. That's why I've spent so much time playing it. I'm trying to, get a good number of hours in, because I don't want to do just one of those, like, 30-hour reviews where it's like, I've only got 30 hours in the game and I'm only through Act 1. And, I'm not going to give a review like that, because you're not doing anything yet. I want to get through most of the game and then, sit back, write the review for you guys, and, give honest thoughts on it.
Yeah, so dude, far, I'm like barely 30. I'm like almost 30 hours into Persona 5, and I would not feel like right reviewing it right now.
No, you can't review with that little time of game, especially when it's an RPG. That's a whole different thing. If you're playing a shooter or something, yeah, you can get 30 hours in and you feel pretty confident, like, okay, I know what I'm doing. In RPG, it's a completely different thing, because things can change.
You're still getting new abilities and new combat.
Right, exactly.
Start showing up.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I
remember unlockables.
I do like the I do like the kind of variety that it gives you for builds, though. This game's really awesome for different varieties of builds, where you can do like like a crit build. You could do like a master crafter build and still, be able to get through things at combat. I mean, there's just so many different things you can do, So, yeah, I really think the game is good, but it has been marred with the unfortunate issues that they're having with the consoles and everything, and that's what's going to dominate the news, unfortunately. So, that's where we're at with that right now. So, probably I would say, review should probably be about next week. Well, I'll probably have the review up because
Drew, take your time, unlock all of the secret characters, all the skins, all the secret levels. Just make sure.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's just like John said. It's mainly getting the time into see what experiment with some of the abilities and stuff, and see how the combat changes. Is the biggest thing.
I mean, when you're playing an RPG, for me, like now recently, I have to I'll play a character for like 10, 20 hours, then I'll be like, I don't really like what I'm doing here. Let me go restart it. I like start a whole new character, and like you find new things that you didn't realize that first little bit of a playthrough, and then you finally stick with them and you go on because that's what you wanted to do. So you're like experimenting with like what you want to do with your character and stuff like that too. I'm not sure if that's how it works with
yeah. I mean, it's the same thing, and I think honestly, John, if you played that game, you would enjoy it too. The soundtrack's great. The kind of way that it's sort of a mixture, like I said earlier, of like playing Fallout, but having like the sort of some of those mechanics that GTA does. It's really cool. I mean, I'm really enjoying it, and even though it's not a shooter, the gunplay is really good in it. The weapons are responsive. Yeah, I love it so far. And I'll probably, because I never got to do the proper story on the Halo delay last week because it would have been a short article anyway. I'm going to go ahead and write up a story where I think Halo has an opportunity here with their delay to actually learn from the mistakes of CD Projekt Red at the beginning here. So yeah, we're kind of going to go with that angle and combine that. So I'll probably be writing that article tomorrow about how Halo Infinite can learn from the mistakes of Cyberpunk early on.
Okay. So aside from me recommending Star-Lord, I saw that Stargate SG-1 was up on Netflix, so I was watching the pilot episode, and I didn't remember that, but they show Daniel's wife's like she's fully nude in that. I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
That was uncut, the first one.
Yeah, the pilot. Which was basically a movie. It's basically a movie. It's like an hour and a half.
Well, because they didn't know if it was going to be taken to a series, or like if they were going to go further with it, and people responded well to it, so they did. But yeah,
I love that opening scene where they're playing poker, and then the woman is like going to like check out the Stargate, and then she gets kidnapped by
Apophis.
Apophis, yeah, okay. And then that's a great scene with the fight and everything, and then the guys were like actually trying to save her after they were just giving her a hard time before, and I really like that. Wow. I thought this when they introduced Sam Carter, like the dialogue back and forth between her and Richard Dean Anderson's character was a little like over the top. she's like, I'm a woman and I can do it. It's like, okay, we got it.
It was they went like a little, because that was obviously before, SJW really took off. They were kind of, they were kind of on the cusp of SJW right there. So so I didn't really mind that because it still turned out to be a good series, and they toned down that kind of stuff anyway.
Well, at the same time, they like while she's saying that, the other guys were like giving her, they were just kind of throwing it back at her too. So I kind of like that as well. Exactly. So it was a little bit more like it was more understandable why she was kind of having this more like defensive attitude, and why she was kind of trying to like say that I belong here. So because you actually had like these guys like, dude, this person's like unqualified, like she doesn't belong here, blah blah blah, and she's just like, well, you know what, I was studying the Stargate for like 2 years before Daniel Jackson, and he like broke it and everything. So there was some of that too. So I actually like that. Whereas like nowadays, you would never have the guys these guys like, nah, man, I don't want like cracking jokes about her. It would just be like her lecturing them.
Her. Oh my god!
yeah, and like she has to go on the mission with them too. So at the end of the day, like she's an Air Force, she's a soldier, she's an American. You're gonna protect her. So yeah, I didn't finish it. I literally got to the part where the Apophyse's wife, whose name I can't remember. I don't think they've said their names yet. We don't even have Teal'c isn't even named yet. But she just chose Chani as the host for her. So
man, young Amanda Tapping was so gorgeous. God.
I'm looking at Veter Bandera right now, and she is milk.
Is that Chani?
She
Mother,
is.
I would like to kiss.
Milk.
Share your screen.
No, you don't want to.
Okay, so you're looking at Chani.
All of us.
So you must be looking at Chani then, or the actress who plays Chani.
We will get taken down immediately.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I love Stargate SG-1. I just love like the sense of adventure. It's like we want to go and like explore, and just check new places out. I thought the Expanse was going to do that when they opened up all these things, but it didn't really do that in season 4. It was more of like a survival thing rather than exploring and discovering new people. Like there was just this one scene where like one of the guys from I forget the desert planet, but he's like Daniel Jackson taught them to make moonshine, and he's like giving Richard Dean Anderson's character a taste, and like it's super strong, and he just can't handle it. And I just thought it was just like a little funny fun scene where you're like exploring a new culture, even though they'd kind of already explored that in the movie.
Right.
But yeah, I just don't know. I like that. It brings you into the world. It makes you feel like you could be there, sitting in that, having enjoying the dinner or whatever with them at that campfire. Mm-hmm. And then I also immerses you. And then I also purchased this old school Fire Emblem game on my Switch digital download. It's like $6, and it's like the original. It's not the original Fire Emblem game, but it's the Fire Emblem game that introduces Marth.
Yeah.
So I picked that up, and old school SRPG. So I really like that. Nice. So I was enjoying that as well. All right. We're over an hour into the show. I think we started a little late, so we're probably closing in on an hour here. But let's get into Tom Cruise. Spencer says he's got the clip dialed up. You can also listen to this on the website. This is from The Sun, audio from The Sun that's been shared everywhere on Twitter. A ton of outlets covered it, but so we're gonna let Spencer play this here.
Yep. So here's just the story, and here is.
So I picked the Tropic. That featured images from his character in Tropic Thunder, and he basically becomes that character.
Yeah, for real.
It's great. Great.
I think they have the cuss words bleeped out, so we should be good.
Yeah, we should be good.
Okay, so.
Hollywood making movies right now because of us. because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night, insurance companies, producers, and they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone. And anyone on this crew does it. That's it. And you too, and you too, and you. Don't you ever do it again. That's it. No apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their homes because our industry is shut down. It's not going to put food on their table or pay for their college education. That's what I sleep with every night. In the future of this industry. So I'm sorry, I'm beyond your apologies. I have told you, and now I want it. And if you don't do it, you're out. We are not shutting this movie down. Is it understood? If I see it again, you're gone. And so are you. So you're going to cost him his job. And I see it on the set, you're gone. And you're gone. That's it. Am I clear? Do you understand what I want? Do you understand the responsibility that you have? Because I will deal with your reason. And if you can't be reasonable, and I can't deal with your logic, you're fired. That's it. That is it. I trust you guys to be here.
Okay. There's a little bit more. So the Sun actually had a transcript. I don't know. That's the clip that's going around on social media. But there's a little more down here at this article here. You got to go scroll up a little bit. Scroll up a little bit more.
He was laying a smack down on some people, man. Was that like some interns or?
Yeah, there it is, right there. So he goes on to say, "I trust you guys to be here. That's it. That's it, guys. Have a little think about it." And then I guess it's inaudible there. "That's what I think of Universal and Paramount. Warner Brothers movies are going because of us. If we shut down, it's going to cost people having jobs, their home, their family. That's what's happening. All the way down the line. And I care about you guys. But if you're not going to help me, you're gone. Okay?
John.
You see that stick? How many meters is that?
John, your levels.
When people are standing around an effing computer and hanging around here, what are you doing? And if they don't comply, then send their names to Matt Spooner. That's it." So you get a little bit of right there. So the idea, I see that I see that Ben V was asking, or Ben 5 was asking, what was the it that he's referring to? It's a COVID protocols according to the Sun, and apparently there's these two guys at a computer that were not standing 2 meters apart.
Good gosh.
So it's unclear if this was like he's caught them doing this multiple times. This was the first time. But the Sun says that the dude he bought a whole ship that's sitting in a port off the coast of England somewhere.
Makes sense.
And so he can isolate the entire crew to live on this giant ship that he purchased. I guess if you see here, the source says Tom has taken upon himself, along with the health and safety department, to try to force the safety precautions with a view to keep the film running. He does daily rounds to make sure that everything is set up appropriately, that people are behaving and working as safely as they can. He is very proactive when it comes to safety. So Cruz is he's not only the star, he's the producer on this movie as well. I feel like his anger, and I said this last week, his anger is misdirected.
Absolutely.
His anger shouldn't be directed at these people breaking an idiotic, stupid rule, because they had masks on as well, according to the source. his anger should be directed to the people who have made it the fact that these rules are in place. He should be angry at the people who have shut down the Hollywood industry in the United States that are preventing people from getting food on the table. He shouldn't be getting upset at these people who are breaking an idiotic, stupid, and dumb rule.
It's shooting the messenger essentially because
his anger is justified, but he's pointing it at the wrong person. Like he's getting angry at like Friar Tuck instead of Prince John, which is just stupid. Like who wants to be? Why would you get angry at Friar Tuck? He's trying to help people. I don't know if that's a good comparison. But you should still be angry at Prince John, not good old Friar Tuck. But yeah, I don't know. The rant it's a good rant for sure, but it's totally misdirected. And yeah, Ben 5 I think is right. Cruz knows that Hollywood is going down the drain. Yeah, I think the writing is on the wall there. Theaters aren't coming back. I'm sorry. Like I feel like I've been saying this for a year now. They're just not. Like there's no way. Like we were talking about this last week.
Yeah.
It was what was the
last thing we saw in the theaters?
The last thing I haven't seen anything.
Last thing I saw was Sonic.
Joker. I feel like
that was 2019, John.
Yeah. What was
Prey.
I didn't see Birds of Prey.
I left Sonic. Off on Birds of freaking Prey.
There wasn't.
I left off on Sonic. Yeah.
There wasn't anything that came out like early 2020. I didn't see I didn't see Hellboy.
I didn't see it.
I saw Bloodshot.
I saw Bloodshot. There you go.
So that was right at March, like right before they shut everyone down. It was great. I literally had the theater to myself. It was just like me and my wife. When people were like freaking out about that, which I thought was crazy because I've been seeing reports about the stuff since like January, at least in China. But yeah, here we go. So here, this was for the numbers.com, their daily domestic chart for Tuesday, December 15th. Oh, that's the domestic. Let's see if I can get that. Here we go, weekly. Where's the weekly chart? But yeah, well, anyways, daily it didn't even make 500,000 for Tuesday, which is just horrible. The Crudes is like the only it made the total was 409,000. The Crudes, A New Age, made 217. So that's literally the only thing that's making any money in theaters right now. But there was like, I think it was like 3 weeks ago. It was at like 6 million, if I remember correctly. Here we go, weekly chart. That's what I want. So yeah, the weekly domestic chart starting on December 4th. So this is last week, I think. Total box office was just shy of 9 million. That's just abysmal.
Oof, yeah.
So abysmal. I mean, theaters are dead. Everyone is like trying to praise Disney, like, oh, they did so great. Like they're gonna have their movies in theaters. No, those movies are gonna be going to Disney Plus too. They just didn't announce them yet. The HBO Max plan is totally.
It's the standard now. Yeah, it's going to be the standard. Like at this point, it's just like general business strategy. Like you don't want to just give in automatically. They're going to put up a front. They're going to fight. They're going to try and get the best deals. But yeah, it's inevitable.
I mean, hats off to Warner for being the first out the door with it, though.
They're taking a lot of flack from it from all the Hollywood press, but I think they're to me, they seem to be better positioning themselves. Plus, I think their company is the way their situation is a lot different because they're not just a film studio; they're owned by like a telecommunications company now. So they have a very different situation than Disney, which is primarily an entertainment studio with parks and rec and like merchandising. They're trying to get into the streaming game. But yeah, so getting back to Tom Cruise, got a little sidetracked there. It sounds like Cruise isn't necessarily mad about spreading COVID, but rather that if they break the stupid protocols, they're done. says Ben V. I think you're right, Ben. I think that's exactly. He's more mad that they're breaking the protocols that could potentially shut the film down, cause delays, have your costs increase, all that stuff that could potentially harm the film, rather than actually spreading the disease. And I think that's probably would be my biggest concern too. If you're having to deal with all that stuff, aside from the fact that you're having to deal with the regulations in the first place, I think that would just be like. But maybe he's just accepted the fact that like he's got to deal with these regulations. So if he's dealing with them, he wants to make sure that people comply, so he doesn't get shut down. He can make the movie and hopefully bring it to wherever it comes out. I think what Mission Impossible is CBS, so it's Viacom, right?
I think so.
It's like Bad Robot produces them.
I know, because I know that with this one, he's like got a huge stake in the like he's producing most of it, I think, at this point.
Okay, so that might be why he's also really went crazy.
Ballistic, yeah.
Yeah, went like insane. Like he like threatened to like fire these guys like 10 times, like in that like little 4-minute speech. He's like, I will fire you. And then he like, I think in the article I wrote, he's like, I think I wrote triples, quadruples, and then like quintuple down. It's entertaining, but I do think that his anger is totally misdirected. It should be at the British government that's imposing these restrictions on him. It should be on U.S. governments that are imposing restrictions, that are shutting people down throughout the country in multiple states. That's where the anger should be directed. But instead, he's directing it at these two guys that apparently were standing too close together to look at a monitor. It's just, like, just think about that. We are talking about Tom Cruise being angry, dropping multiple F-bombs, threatening to fire people because they are standing too close to each other to look at a computer screen.
No, it is over the top. I don't think anybody could. Yeah.
Don said it right. This is 2020. Tom Cruise is having a freak out because people are standing too close to each other looking at a computer monitor. Like, it's absurd. Like I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, and it's just it's so insane to think that this is what we've come down to. This is what we've come down to.
You haven't been on Twitter then, haven't you, John?
Oh, I'm on Twitter every day. You know that.
Okay, yeah.
But it's
par for the course.
It's still so you think you can't get stunned, and then something like this happens. I know they have these protocols and stuff in place, and they're like, I get that they're like absolutely stupid, but then like he's yelling, he's threatening to like fire these people. He's like yelling at these people, talking about how they like people, they're not thinking about their people's food on the table, and then he's threatening to fire them, meaning they won't have a way to like put food on the table. So there's like, I don't know, it's just so crazy. I think this speech literally encapsulates how much of a absolute crapshoot 2020 has been.
Yeah,
and how far down the drain humanity has fallen. Like, because it's so bad, like so bad. All right, are we done? Anyone else want to say anything about this absolutely insane rant?
I mean, this is the guy that jumped up on a couch and said that he loved Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes. He did. Are you telling me that was not? Are you telling me that's not genuine?
I mean,
are you telling me he wasn't possessed by an alien god?
I'm saying
avatar on this earth.
It's just one of the many things on his resume.
I mean, he literally was playing his character from Tropic Thunder too. Could you have that clip pulled up?
I can grab it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's just compare.
I was watching that before we got on.
Get the clip where he's yelling when Matthew McConaughey is like trying to renegotiate the contract, or not renegotiate the contract, but point out that his actor is supposed to get like some kind of like person who's like supposed to chauffeur him around or something like that.
TiVo residuals.
Yeah, something like that. He's pointing out in his contract.
Ends up arguing with the flaming dragon or whatever.
Yeah, he starts like
terrorist group.
He just starts like dropping F-bombs on the terrorist group, and then after he like hangs up, so he's like, find out who that was. He's just like dropping F-bombs on these people, and then he's just like, yo, find out who that was. Like he's just like, whatever. He's like, do you know who you're effing talking to? We'll get it up here.
Yeah,
here we go.
I'm uploading it right now. So
okay,
2 more seconds.
Ben 5 says, I'll take Cruz ranting any day over the hypocrisy from leaders and COVID restrictions.
Oh yeah, dude.
You must live in California.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or what's the other one? New York,
Ohio.
I think North Carolina has some insane, stupid stuff too happening right now.
All right, you ready?
All right, yeah, let's go.
Let's do this.
What do you need, Peck? And more like, what do you need, Les? Glasses? What? So you can read the Tropic Thunder contract that guarantees my client, Tug Speedman, some form of digital video recorder on location? Huh?
Look, Fuckstick, I'm incredibly busy, so why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass? No, not you, Ellen. But I will rip your tits off if you don't get me those theaters.
Perfect. Hey, Tuggernuts, I've got you on speakerphone. I'm standing here with Les Grossman, and he is dying to tell you why he has apparently wiped his ass with the TiVo clause from your contract.
We are Flaming Dragon. Speedman is with us now. For 50 million, you will get him back.
Now you're gonna get those.
Who is this? And how'd you get this phone?
We are Flaming Dragon. Simple Jack belongs to us now.
I can't believe I'm still having this conversation.
Oh, he does he? Hey, let me tell you something, shitbird. I've never even heard of your little agency. But if you think you can poach my client...
$50 million. You know see Simple Jack again because we kill him.
This is Les Grossman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Dragon.
Oh, okay. Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Now, I don't know what kind of pan-Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia Jack is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to head down there, and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up! Did you find out who that was? Yeah. Go.
We are Flaming Dragon. Now give me the mic.
You find out who that was.
Find out who that was.
Find out who that was.
Scorched Earth. It was we just listened to the same audio twice.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same audio, straight from Tropic Thunder there. It's absolutely hilarious.
One of Cruz's best performances.
Yes.
She should have gotten an Oscar.
Hands down.
I was gonna Flaming Dragon. They are the sister organization to the Asian Dawn from Die Hard.
From Die Hard.
Yeah, there's actually a website called the Asian Dawn. I think they're like a they're like a news website. I thought.
I believe that's Dawn's alternate ego. That's a little too racy for prime time right now.
Wow.
Your SNL skit.
But yeah, so that's always it's good entertainment. Good entertainment. I'm glad that I'm actually kind of glad that the Cruz thing leaked out. I really do hope that I wish the anger was directed at. I wish it was more of a rant against the protocols rather than him threatening those people. But yeah, it's still good entertainment. Let's hopefully those guys don't get fired and they're able to maintain their jobs.
Dude,
but
he'll probably promote them.
I mean, if you think about it, that's some huge press for Mission Impossible 7.
Wait, is that the one where he's going into space?
No, that's a different movie altogether. This is
Okay.
the 7th Mission Impossible movie after the last one, which was super good.
Yeah, that one was
the
good.
one with Henry. The one with Henry Cavill was fantastic. Really good. Yeah, he cocks his arms and he's like, and then he gets like the freaking like hook in the face and dies in the
when he
like,
breaks his freaking foot jumping across the world or across the gap.
Yeah, that was one of our first like viral stories. Was Cruise getting injured with the paparazzi capturing that. But yeah, dude, I love me some Mission Impossible. That first one is still the best one, but the most recent one was really good too. But the first one with I think John Voight is in that. Oh, so good, so good.
Emilio Estevez dies really fast.
Yes, he does. He gets killed by the elevator.
Dude,
Yeah.
Speaking of old movies, my dad had this on the other day when I was over. A View to Kill, the James Bond movie with Christopher Walken as the villain and Roger Moore as James Bond. That movie is pretty hilarious and still like holds up. Like, dude, it's the whole chase scene where like the car gets cut in half and he eventually is just driving like the front half of the car to the side of the bridge and then jumps onto the boat to find the bad guys.
I mean, a lot of that stuff holds up because it's real.
It's classic,
Yeah, it's not CGI. It doesn't.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it looks good. YouTube me says I would say in his defense, Cruise is the brand and he is the one that would suffer under the draconian restrictions. I don't think he was doing Christian Bale. He's making a business. Yeah, I think that's what Ben was saying earlier as well. I think he said that he's not necessarily mad about COVID, but rather if they break the stupid protocols, they're done. So he's talking about the production being shut down, which means that Cruise is shut down. He's losing. He's like we kind of talked about this. He's losing money if you shut down, because then you got to figure out. Because then who knows what you do with your crew? He bought that boat. Do you send them home? And then if you have to bring them back, you have to bring them back. And like, there's just a lot of costs.
Test them and
planning and all that stuff that goes into all that. So yeah, there's a lot of money tied up in that. I understand why he gets angry, but again, he should be directed at the people who are instituted the rules. Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Well, I was going to say, I agree with you. I don't think that was directly like some, great stand on COVID. I think he was just like, don't screw off or we're going to lose money.
Right, yeah. I was saying I wish that it was more like him railing on the restrictions rather than railing on his two employees.
Yeah. Easily redirected. Just play out. Yeah. Do you understand what they're going to do if they shut us down? You understand these are draconian rules and they are absolutely ridiculous and I can't stand them and we have to follow every letter and rule of this law.
But he's not going to say that.
Yeah,
but he's
of course. But we all say it.
Yeah, we all say it, but he's part of.
But we're not. Hollywood. We're not the big leaders of a huge production.
Yeah.
We're just four handsome dudes running the best comic book website. Got y'all.
Yeah, I mean, from our space, it's easy to say like, it's easy for us to come out and say what we want about it, but yeah, a lot of the Hollywood stars, I think, don't like it, but there's a lot of them that are pressured to keep quiet. I mean, and there's a lot of them.
Evangeline Lilly got like super shamed. Remember, she got like railed on when she was like, "I'm not going to isolate my family in Hawaii. We're not going to follow these protocols." And she had British Liner from Game of Thrones, whatever her name is, just calling her out on social media. Without saying her name.
Sophie Turner?
Yeah, Sophie Turner, the X-Men chick, who's horrible as Jean Grey.
Yeah, she. I like Famke better.
Oh, dude, Famke.
Oh god, yeah. She was by far.
Yeah. Is it Famke or Famke?
It's one of those names I'll never know how to.
Famke Janssen.
It's the Flash. It's the Flash Thompson of names, John.
Yeah.
Her is Xenia on the top, crushing men with her legs.
Who are we talking about? I'm interested.
Famke Janssen.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
assuming you're talking about a character she played in another movie, right, Don?
GoldenEye.
Yes.
Bond,
Okay,
yeah.
that's right. Yes, Bond. Right, dude. Dude, come on. Am I supposed to
When
remember
Bond
all these
movies
Bond
were so
villain
Bond.
names? I can't even remember what Rosamund Pike's villain name was. I know she's in it. I don't remember what her name was.
To be fair, let's be real. Famke Jensen's like career goes Bond girl, X-Men. So
Yeah, pretty much.
So we got a little bit of a disagreement here in the chat between Nano Reaper and YouTube. Nano Reaper was like, Tom Cruise is a useless punk. Someone should lay him out and put him in his place.
Well, listen. To
everybody
be
in
fair,
Hollywood should be laid
to
out.
be
Let's be
fair,
real.
I mean, I still think Tom Cruise is a flake and a half. I mean, you know, he's still a nutso like Scientologist dude, but I mean, the guy when it comes to movie making and his craft, he's smart when it comes to that. Like he knows how to. He knows.
Except for the Mummy.
He knows how to draw money. Yeah.
I think the Mummy is like his only bomb.
But by and large, the guy knows how to draw money. He knows exactly what it takes to draw money. You know, and I guarantee you, when later this year, when Top Gun comes out, he's going to draw money again.
Yeah.
What about
We'll
that
see
one
where that
movie,
goes.
Oblivion? Did that do it? Or yeah, Oblivion. Did that do good?
I totally agree with you there, Nano Reaper.
Yeah. I mean,
Carol,
I will always think Tom Cruise is a flake, man. He's as a person, he's a few fries short of a Happy Meal. But
I mean, there's so many movies that he's in that I love, though, like Days of Thunder.
Oh yeah,
Top
absolutely.
Gun. There's this one film that he's in, even Night and Day.
Dude,
Edge of Tomorrow,
Maguire,
fantastic.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
there's another film. There's a sci-fi film that he's in where he's like a
Minority Report.
Minority Report is really good, but it's a different one. He's like
Vanilla Sky.
Yeah, Vanilla Sky. I
Yeah,
think that's
I love
what it is,
Vanilla
where
Sky.
he's going to like these different like towers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yes.
Super underrated film, but really good.
There's so much star power in that movie. There's like Penelope Cruz, Kurt Russell's in it.
Yeah. Speaking
Cameron
of Kurt,
Diaz.
yeah, she's in Night and Day too. I like Night and Day. That was a little fun.
Yeah, that one was that was a fun one.
But Mission Impossible, I really do love the first Mission Impossible movie.
Oh, I totally forgot he has the cameo in Austin Powers and Goldmember in the very beginning as Austin Powers in the movie.
I don't remember that one.
They're like making a movie of Austin Powers at the beginning of Austin Powers and Goldmember.
Oh,
and
okay.
Tom Cruise is the actor.
Oh, that's funny. But speaking of Kurt Russell. Oh, yeah, I have that. I love that movie. That one's so good too. Especially because now the SJWs hate it.
Yeah, of course, even though it's based on a real thing.
Yeah. But speaking of Kurt Russell, Nano Reaper saying, I think Kurt Russell's right. Actors need to go back to remembering that they're the court jester. And they're not really like that important. I think it's been totally inflated, the value that Hollywood puts on itself. Entertainment in general, I feel like, is just really inflated.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
like back in the day, back in like the 70s, the 80s, in parts of the 90s, using a celebrity as a vehicle for your message or for whatever was good for you, because not only did people know the celebrity, but you could also kind of control the story. You could control what was printed. You could control what people heard, yada, yada, yada. Nowadays, all that crap comes out, like this Tom Cruise thing that we just listened to. So now people get to form their own opinions and realize, aside from the fact that these people can act, they're all kind of like majorly dumb. So we don't like, why are we listening to them anymore? It's the curse of these celebrities not going through their PR people anymore. Now that they have a direct line.
They have YouTube channels and Instagrams where they post the most insane, stupid stuff ever.
Exactly. They don't have to run it by anybody anymore.
Like Jason Momoa endorsing like property destruction and getting absolutely zero blowback for that. I cannot believe he didn't get. Has not hurt him at all. Like, ridiculous. That sorry, just
it's because he's.
I get why. I understand
right now.
Yeah. And yeah, so
hot right now.
A few more months of exercise, I'll be like that too. I mean, but nobody will listen to me.
No, you have to put in. You have to get some needles too.
Well, look what happened. Look what happened with The Rock.
That's cultural appropriation.
Look what happened with The Rock. He sold out to be in an SJW.
Oh, dude, he sold out to China a long time ago, man. He's been talking about how like I became the biggest global star because like I appealed to China. Well, like go to China then. Like get out of here. I mean, yeah. So I don't. Yeah, but I mean, Black Adam looks like it's going to be woker than the Eternals.
Oh yeah, probably.
It just looks absolutely horrible. What is it? The non-binary person or something like that is playing Cyclone.
Oh yeah, they cast like the one non-binary
Quintessa something.
No. I have all of our.
Is the non-binary person's name? I don't even. I can't like it's.
I can't keep up with all the non-binaries and the
Black Adam, non-binary performer Quintessa Swindell to play Cyclone.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. It's playing Cyclone, playing this like sexy redheaded character from the comics, who's like super bubbly and ditzy.
Cyclone was one of my comic book crushes back during the like 2005, 2004 Justice Society run.
That's when she was. Yeah, that's when she was introduced by Jeff Johns.
Right. Yeah.
Crossover
with like the Justice.
Never gonna get to see that character.
I know.
She's gonna be some moody, angsty, like angry Zendaya type now. That's from like MJ.
Oh yeah, terrible. Another redhead gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is what prompted John and I to spend a lot of our week researching that.
I spent what was it? Yesterday.
We did it.
I think I did it yesterday, right?
We did Monday. Monday was when we did most of it, and then yesterday was when we had to look for more, like clarify things.
I feel like I did it all yesterday.
Because I don't remember time anymore.
I think it was mostly yesterday. So I got every redhead. Obviously, I didn't get all of them. I had 17 in the original video. I think in the article now we're up to 25. So we'll be I'll be probably putting I want to get 2 more so I can have 10 for the next video. So I mean there's a lot.
Yeah.
Like even like Deadpool 2 did that with what's his name? Fire Punch or whatever.
Yeah.
The
newest one.
The newest
Fire Fist.
Fire Fist. Yeah, Fire Fist. Fire Punch. That's like a Hitmonchan move.
Heck yeah.
Fire Fist. Yeah, Fire Fist was a white ginger dude that appeared in X Factor #1.
That's right. And now he's a overweight Filipino dude.
No, he's an overweight Polynesian.
Oh, sorry.
The actors.
We're the same.
The actor is from like New Zealand, and he says he's like a Maori, so he's just like Boba Fett.
Dude, heck yeah, Boba.
So there's that. Who else did we add? We added
we added Alicia Masters.
Yeah, Alicia Masters. We added
Artemis.
Alice Monaghan, Artemis from Wonder Woman.
I didn't even realize that was Artemis.
Oh,
in the movie.
No, because she plays a super minor role.
Yeah.
I think it's in the very beginning. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's just a lot. And they like to take out the redheads.
It is like the more you see it, the more it is just like what the hell is going on. I mean, you know what the hell is going on, but it's so weird. It's
like as soon as you know a redhead character is going to be in a movie, you know that they're.
Well, there's the Black Panther.
You're not going to get to see them. So, but yeah, check that video out. Spencer and I did a ton of work on that. And you'll tell that like I definitely put like a lot more details in the beginning about the character, and I was like, oh, this is taking way too long. Yeah. I'm just going to stick with when they first appeared and who played the race swapped character instead of like giving you more details about the character. All right, next up I think is some Black Panther rumors. I want to talk about. You want to get into that?
Yeah, let's do it.
So you want to pull that up, Spencer?
Yep.
Please.
Oh boy.
So to preface this, we got the Black Panther 2 confirmation. I think we already knew this. I think Coogler, who directed the first Black Panther, had already came out and said they were working on the second one, and everyone knew a second one was coming. I think Feige even said a second one was coming like right after the first one, or even before.
Oh
the
yeah,
first
everybody
one came
was
out.
ready for it.
But like, so the biggest kind of topic of discussion is how are they gonna replace Chadwick? Are they going to recast? Are they going to kill him off? Or what's going to happen? Well, Feige confirmed they are not going to recast him. So you scroll down a little bit. He said here, I wanted to acknowledge the devastating loss of a dear friend and member of the Marvel Studios family. Chadwick Boseman was an immensely talented actor and an inspirational individual who affected all of our lives, professionally and personally. I will say he is a really good actor. I watched the Jackie Robinson movie that he's in.
I love that movie. He's so good in
film.
it.
Very good film. He's an excellent actor. Yeah, that's a really good film. His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason we will not recast the character. I get where he's saying. I think that portrayal of Black Panther is now obviously what we all think,
right?
Or what is in the zeitgeist of Black Panther. So I think he's pretty right there. I do think that that movie did transcend his portrayal.
Do you
of Black
remember
Panther
from the animated series?
Are you talking about the Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to bring him up. I really like that one, but I think I will agree with John that this one transcends it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't remember any of those either.
How many people are you like Wakanda Forever and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's right there. However, to honor the legacy that Chad helped us build through his portrayal of the King of Wakanda, I like how he called him Chad. He like totally personalized him and actually kind of said that because he talks about how he affected his lives professionally and personally, and it means he went by Chad, or at least that's kind of what Kevin would have called him, I guess. So I kind of did like that. We wanted to continue to explore the world of Wakanda. So I don't know if that's like whoever wrote that did that, but whoever did, if that was the case and they just wrote it that way, it was really good.
Yeah.
To explore the world of Wakanda and all of the rich and varied characters introduced in the first film. So that's really interesting. It sounds like we're going to get to see a lot of the characters from the first film back, and that's pretty much I guess that could mean we might get to see Michael B. Jordan's character return, even though
I'm pretty sure that means Siri or Shuri.
He was thrown off of that cliff right into the ocean, or was it onto the ground?
Wasn't it into the waterfall that they fought on top of to become king? I can't remember. I've only watched that film.
I know he throws him off a cliff. I can't remember how, what's at the bottom of the cliff. What's at the bottom of the cliff? It's water.
More water.
So maybe he goes to see Namor.
Dude.
So then Feige concluded saying,
I like that.
Writer director. So it's so they can rip off Black Manta from Aquaman.
Well, when you put it that way.
I mean, just saying. We talk about how they like to rip off each other.
Right.
Do the same things and try and be the first ones to do that. That's what they try and do. Writer-director Ryan Coogler is hard at work on the sequel now and will bring the film to you in theaters on July 8th, 2022, a.k.a. Disney+.
Yep.
So we got this rumor from Mikey Sutton. He goes on kind of debunking a lot of the other rumors that have been out there before. Scroll down a little bit.
Yes, sir.
So Grace Randolph had originally pushed this rumor that they were going to create a digital double, and I think Daniel Richtman also indicated that as well. That is apparently not going to be the case according to Sutton, and that's actually not I think Victoria Alonso, Marvel Studios producer, who's been around for a while. Who's had her own share of concerning comments, especially about the X-Men, wanting them taking issue with the name, with the word "men" in the name, super concerning. But if you scroll down a little bit more, Spencer, so this Rickman, because he puts everything behind a paywall now on Patreon. But yeah, Sutton
I know,
said,
for real.
yeah, Alonso says was asked about like the digital double in an interview with Argentine newspaper Clarín. And reported by Deadline. So she said, no, there's only one Chadwick, and he's no longer with us. Sadly, our king has died in real life, not only in fiction, and we're taking a little time to see how we continue the story and how to honor this chapter of what has unexpectedly happened to us. So painful and terrible, to be honest. So if you want to read into that, it sounds like they're going to kill him, kill the character. He's not only in fiction, he has died in real life, not only in fiction. So they're going to. If you want to read into that, she's saying that he's going to die.
Let's honor his memory by killing him.
Maybe they do like a Superman statue or something like that.
Yeah, like because what else? They'll probably say he gave his life during the crisis or whatever, and sure he'll be in the new Black Panther.
We'll get down to it.
If they don't do it, then they'll have this Last Jedi problem.
So Chadwick wasn't only a wonderful human being every day of the 5 years we spent together, but also I believe that what he did as a character elevated us as a company and has left his moment on history. I know that sometimes in productions 2 or 3 months goes by and we say that too much time has passed, but it's not too much time. We have to really think about what we're going to do next and how, and decide how we're going to honor the franchise. So then she kind of leaves it open-ended, but she does kind of say that he's going to be dead in that first sentence there. So if you go down there, so there are also rumors that he might get killed by Namor or Doctor Doom. Namor and Black Panther have a huge feud during the lead up. I think it's in Infinity. It's the lead up to Infinity, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
And then when they're part of the Illuminati, and I think Sutton has scooped before that they were.
Oh, and then the whole Phoenix Force thing.
Yeah, I think Sutton had scooped like the Illuminati was going to show up as well, or there had been rumors that they were going to form the Illuminati as well. But so he says here, this is what's really going to happen. From what I've been told, I spelled that wrong. There should be a T there. T'Challa's passing will reflect the sad. There you go. The sad reality of how Boseman died from a disease. Whether this is cancer or not, I'm not currently aware, but that seems to be the likely scenario. A way of honoring the actor and acknowledging that everyone, even superheroes, can succumb to a real
they're
life
totally going to
illness.
give him the Captain Marvel story, the death of Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, not Brie Larson's Captain Marvel.
Oh yes,
where he died from cancer and everybody tried to fight it, and it was the
Jane
big
Foster.
big reckoning.
But then Jane Foster is also
Jane Foster's
be having that storyline.
Yeah,
but Jane Foster
will storyline.
But Jane Foster will survive it because she's still alive, and that'll be the whole. Because that's what the death of Captain Marvel was. The big thing was like everybody tried, from Spider-Man to Reed Richards to Tony to Beast, and they just couldn't beat it. And when Jane is Thor, everybody offers her all of the cures, and she goes, no, I have to do this for myself, even though she doesn't really do anything. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Because like every time she transforms, it undoes all of her chemo, so she starts back at square one.
Right.
But she keeps going to chemo, so it's like you're just wasting a lot of money.
I think she eventually stops.
Yeah, something eventually happens. I stopped
and
reading.
she succumbs to the disease after transforming for the last time.
Yeah, and then she goes to Valhalla.
She goes and joins
Thor and Odin. Thor and Odin like do some kind of like super magic and resurrect her or something, I think.
No, she becomes a Valkyrie at that point.
No. The Valkyrie's later.
Before that.
Oh, okay.
No, Valkyrie's
after that.
Valkyrie's after that. Valkyrie's part of the Dark Elf guys' invasion of the Nine Realms. Malekith, yeah. I forget what it's like the War of the Realms. That's when she becomes Valkyrie.
Oh yeah.
Which is after she's already been resurrected by Thor and Odin, who like do some kind of light force that shoots on her and saves her because she's like outside the gates and like doesn't enter.
Dude,
so they're able to like bring her back.
Do you guys remember they had an interesting Valkyrie for a little while who like did the Shazam type thing where she had like a human host and they would switch places?
Oh, the one with the big busty bust.
That was horrible. That was horrible because that's why they all think Valkyrie is like LGBT now.
Oh, because I didn't. Oh, because
Annabelle is LGBT, so they're like, oh, Valkyrie is too now. It's like,
no, not they just that just it's one of those things that proves they don't read comic books until it affects something they care about, like Miss Marvel.
Yeah, just activist writers putting that stuff in anyway, so they can push that.
I just really like those characters that swap places. I think it's always a cool dynamic.
Oh yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Hulk. Dude. That's why the Hulk is.
Yeah.
And we have it that's why the MCU version of the Hulk is so trash. Because we never get to see any of that. Like I guess you see a little bit of it in Avengers, the first one, but otherwise you don't see any of that at all. Even Ragnarok definitely doesn't have any of it because he's just like, I'm Hulk and I'm champion, and I stay champion. I guess the Edward Norton stuff had a little bit of it. I did like the Edward Norton movie.
I do. Yeah. I still do.
It was before they bought it though. Before Disney.
Oh yeah.
It was way before Universal. They were supposed to do Disney. Disney didn't want to do the Demon in the Bottle storyline for Iron Man 2.
Right.
Yeah.
They ixnayed it and did the Whiplash.
Yeah, but like, Iron Man 2 is not good.
Iron Man 2 has moments. I like what's his name is one of my favorite actors. The guy who played Justin Hammer.
Yeah, the guy who plays Justin Hammer is
what's
really
his
good.
Name? Anyway, that guy is really good. He so all the moments he's on screen were fantastic. But then I still could not tell you anything else that happened in that movie.
Because he could.
Johansson.
Yeah, he could carry.
Oh, that's right.
He could carry. He could.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. Yeah, he could steal a spotlight from Downey Jr.
Yeah, easily, absolutely.
When they were on screen together, so that's why they worked really well together. Plus, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie movie blew.
Yeah. The third one was a lot better.
I like the third one a lot.
The third one was a lot better. I like the third one too. I was reading some of Dan over here telling Sam Rockwell. I was reading some of his previous comments. He was like ex non-binary, non-gender specific beings. Specifics. Yeah, that's what they're going to be called now. Sell that.
The Latinxes, dude. The Latinxes are going to be the next premier super team, led by Sunspot.
Sounds like a New York City gang. But yeah, so that's what's supposed to be happening with Black Panther. I'm not against it. Sounds like, I mean, what can you really do if you're not going to recast? He's gonna have to die, right?
It's like what Don said. Otherwise, we get into Rise of Skywalker territory where they have to start either CGing or trying to use like archival footage, and it's just going to be off-putting.
Mess.
I feel like
mess.
Black Panther has the spirit realm or whatever, so he might go there. He dies and goes to spirit realm. So,
yeah, he'll probably. There might be a unused audio clip or something.
Well, they take stuff from when he was in the spirit realm from the first movie and maybe rework it or whatever. Do their magic.
Yeah, but then he's in the spirit realm with the ancestors he just yelled at.
Then maybe
they accept him because the Panther spirit told them to or something.
Yeah, right. That's the
Force
Panther
dyad.
Spirit
Yeah. I mean, there is precedent for that. When Shuri becomes Black Panther in the comics, she goes to meet the Panther spirit. The Panther spirit kind of like says like you're not worthy, basically, but doesn't kill her. And usually, if you're not worthy, the Panther spirit kills you. And so she's basically does become the Black Panther.
She becomes it in T'Challa's seed for a pretty significant amount of time. I think T'Challa was helping out Daredevil at the time and was protecting Hell's Kitchen. That was actually a fun run.
No, I think he was in. No, he was in Comatose, and Storm was having to go to like Hell in order to like ensure that he wouldn't die. And then this one guy is tearing through Wakanda. The totem, some kind of totem guy. I forget what his name is. Starts with an M.
Morlun.
Yeah, Morlun. There you go. And Shuri has to. She becomes Black Panther when she learns humility and decides to
she's gonna go
fight for other people over herself, and
then
she
she goes
tries
to
to
fight,
sacrifice herself.
and then she goes
mess with
to
it.
bring back T'Challa too. That's right.
Yeah, and
Welcome to comic books, everybody.
Yeah, right.
Well, no,
First ride.
Storm saves someone. Someone comes in and like saves T'Challa, takes his place or whatever.
That
and then,
was
like,
Shuri.
I think.
And then
No,
she does that, and then the Panther God is like, "Hey, all right, you're good. You're good people. Not only am I bringing you back to life, but you're also the Black Panther now."
I think Storm does something, and then like Mephisto or something. Someone shows up to like attack the other demon.
I don't remember that.
Or Shuri sends Morlun into. That's what it is. Shuri is able to send Morlun into the realm. So his life is the one that takes the place of T'Challa, because Storm was going to leave herself in there, but they're able to both get out because Shuri sends Morlun in there, and then Morlun and the demon fight each other. So I thought it was a pretty decent story.
Wait,
I liked it.
Morlun stopped hunting spiders?
He was going after Black Panther for some reason. He wanted his totem. He wanted like a panther totem. He was
going
collecting
after panther totems, I guess.
Yeah, dude, he was like a beast in that run until Shuri becomes Black Panther. Like no one was able to stop him. He just like was owning people. He like the white guy, the white ape guy gets like absolutely like destroyed.
Man-ape, yeah.
Oh, man-ape.
What is his name? Baku or something?
M'Baku, yeah.
M'Baku, yeah. He just gets like absolutely like wasted by Morlun because he's like, I can get this guy, and then I will like gain respect in Wakanda, and he just gets owned.
Man, Morlun is less cool the more they keep using him.
Yeah. Dan Slott, yeah.
Thanks, Dan. The Marvel method of ruining a character.
He was a really good villain in that run because
in Dark Reign he was really good. Which is that run.
Yeah, Dark Reign.
And he was great when they first introduced him, and he was great in the very first Spider-Verse, which was mostly Christos Gage. And then because like in those appearances he was shown as like the super unstoppable tank threat that they had to like trick and capture and couldn't kill. And
menacing force.
Exactly, menacing force. But then they beat him finally in Spider-Verse, but then they keep bringing him back to do the same thing, and they keep doing. I don't know. It's just overplayed. We've seen this one before.
Yeah, it's amazing how that happens. These people. I think it also shows like how hard it is to be creative. Because I feel like a lot of these writers just reuse the same stuff over and over again and just put a new skin on it to try and
dude,
make you think that you're reading something new.
It's an old Bible passage, nothing new under the sun.
What's
been done has been done.
Dan Traeger says this is why reading Ta-Nehisi Coates is really bad for you guys. I think I only read like 3 issues of his Captain America run before I quit. I thought his Black Panther run was actually kind of interesting in the beginning, at least when it felt like Star Wars. But then I think I stopped after like issue 5 or something. J. Michael Straczynski created Morlun. Yeah, well, he's probably the one who should be the one who still writes him.
Yeah.
J. Michael Straczynski is one of the better writers.
Dude, he's great. His comic books are so fantastic. His Hulk, his Spider-Man is my favorite run.
Yeah, I think I read there was something I forget what it was, but even his non-Big 2 stuff is pretty.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's got a lot going on.
All right, let's move on to any other thing you guys want to say about Black Panther. I figured
I think it's still interesting.
We have to go if you're not recasting him.
Yeah, right. I think it's interesting still that nobody seems to talk about how they're redoing a Black Panther in the What If.
As Star-Lord,
as Star-Lord, yeah. Even though it's supposed to be T'Challa, so who knows if anything will happen there, if anybody will cross over in the parts? Because isn't everybody in What If? Aren't they supposed to be voiced by their actor?
Yeah,
it sounded like that was Boseman.
That was Boseman.
That they gave.
Maybe they might have done it before
Yeah, he recorded that stuff before.
Yeah.
I remember the guy who plays Grandmaster said that Robert Downey Jr. was back for the What If series because he recorded with him in studio.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
So, should be cool.
So yeah, I feel like a lot of that stuff has been done. I triggered Dan apparently in the redhead video. There's going to be a part 2. The article's up to 25 now. It started at 17, but we're up to 25 now.
Letitia Wright has red hair, but she is black. How do they recast her?
That's not Letitia Wright.
Or
that's not.
Wow, Spencer.
Whatever her name, it is.
That's
I got
Nakia.
this. It is Maz Kanata. It's Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, it's Maz. I demand all Wakanda to be replaced by ginger albinos in tutus. I actually saw someone pitching that. They were like, "What?" Because people were like, the normal debate, like, "What if I change? What if we change to make Black Panther the White Panther or whatever?"
Yeah,
and they were like, "No, you can't do that. Him being black is like intrinsic to his character." And someone was like, "Well, not if you make Wakanda like a bunch of white redheads." And I just thought that was so funny.
That's pretty good.
I was cracking up. I was just like, "Well, yeah, it's really not. It's true." So I thought that was funny. Okay, let's last thoughts again on Black Panther.
That's all I've got.
Okay.
Okay, Letitia Wright.
She is.
She left Twitter.
She did. After she got attacked pretty bad.
She got savaged.
Data Racer has a bunch of tweets on there. I think we did a story on it as well about her just getting super owned because she was just like, there's reason to be skeptical of this vaccine or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty much what she says?
So basically,
she doesn't even say anything. She just did the prayer emoji and shared someone else's video on it.
So in this video, the guys who are hosting it are a pair of brothers who have their own ministry, and they're just reading some of the COVID stuff, and they find out they're going through the ingredients, and they go and they find out that there's an ingredient called luciferase, which is a chemical that induces bioluminescence in animals. And the reason it's in COVID-19 vaccines is so that in like poorer and more undeveloped countries, you can track
like a tracking agent.
Yeah. It's just because I'm going out the scientifically does not mean it is terrifying as all everything. But so the brothers are reading it and they go, luciferase. Really? Like, you don't want us to be conspiratorial, but you're going to name something luciferase. Like, do you not see how it's a problem here? And then they go on to just, talk about general skepticisms about the vaccine. And yeah, Letitia Wright shares that just with the emoji. And then, there's the guy. But yeah, she gets railed, but she's like, if you don't conform to popular opinions, but ask questions and think for yourself, you get canceled. And then, the name
She's
Lucifer.
right.
Yeah,
really,
I know. It really is. It's really messed up.
She's 100% right. We see this over and over again.
So look what happened with Terry Crews, man. The weirdos went after him, and he eventually woke up and said, "Yep, I can see exactly what this is now."
I think if you're like in a position with like Letitia Wright or Terry Crews or like Gina Carano is another big example, they try to cancel you. They do their best to try and cancel you, but I was looking at. I mean, so far Carano is pretty solid. I haven't looked at. I didn't look at Terry Crews, but I did look up Carano's social plays.
Terry Crews just went viral again, like last week for playing Danganronpa.
But I actually I did the last story I did on Carano. Her star has like blown up since she was attacked in like August. Like if you see every time she gets attacked, her social following actually increases insane. There was one that I think in September when she got attacked, she had an increase of 100,000 followers just on Twitter. So it was huge. So she was actually having her social media following increase when these nut jobs were going after her. But Gina Carano is also probably a lot different person than Letitia Wright. People deal with that stuff differently. Letitia was just like, shut it down, don't even want to deal with it. Seems like she cut off, and I don't have any problems with that. I think, I mean, I would.
What you got to do?
If I wasn't running the website here, I probably would not be active on social media the way I am right now. Most of my activity is because of the website. I rarely post stuff on my personal. And if I do, it's like racing for the most part. It's me at the racetrack. But yeah, so she's totally right. They do try and cancel you. We've seen this. We've been covering this since the website pretty much started. 2015, we covered Ethan Van. They were trying to cancel Ethan Van Sciver. They were trying to cancel Richard C. Meyer. They tried to cancel, like, Gail Simone Peter Simeti. Gail Simone tried to cancel Mike Barron. They try and they just people trying to cancel John Della Rosa. We've had him on the show a couple times. They just try and cancel all of these people. Vic has been trying to be canceled. They're trying to cancel Johnny Depp right now. He's probably the only one who is actually getting canceled. We're probably going to have this we're not monetizing this video anyways, but if we were, we would be demonetized because we just mentioned his name. That's how far they're going with this insanity. Just mentioning an actor's name probably would get you demonetized. So they don't even want you talking about him. They're disincentivizing you from doing that, which is just despicable. Dan is saying Chuck Dixon for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They've definitely gone after Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Jay Lee too.
Jay Lee, yes.
That was
Tom
recent.
King tried to get Jay Lee canceled just for doing a variant cover on Cyberfrog. We've seen this.
Oh hey, it's Fat Steven. I didn't see him show up. What's up, buddy?
We've seen he changed his avatar there, so he looks different. What has he got now? Some kind of
it's a Green Lantern.
Oh, it's a Green Lantern.
It's him.
I like that. That's hilarious. I love it.
I love it. Yeah,
it's a great avatar. They've gone like Warren Ellis. They've gone after their own people. They eat their own people. Warren Ellis, Howard Chaykin. There's tons of people. We cover it a lot, and they're more successful when they go after the people who aren't as big, like Gina Carano, or I wouldn't even say she was big until the Mando. But
her star was on the rise.
Yeah, she was on the rise, and I think she blew up even more when she just beep bop booped everyone. Or is that what it is?
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Beep,
I think that's what it is. But yeah, Letitia's right. They do try and go after you for this. Chris Pratt. They've been going after him for a while now.
Oh, they're going at the back doors now.
Yeah, we just talked about that with the Star-Lord comic. They're trying to do stuff like that to get
Chris,
to go after.
And they're making him buzz.
Oh, that's the other Chris.
Right.
That's Chris Evans. Tim Allen. They've been going after Tim Allen. Kirstie Alley. We covered that. The Star Trek. Maria Sirtis. Trying to cancel Kirstie Alley. We cover all of this. We've covered all of that stuff. So Letitia is 100% right here. And I was not surprised that they would be going after her, especially when she talks about God all the time.
Yeah.
In a lot of her interviews.
I mean, right here, the name Lucifer is an interesting choice. Opens Bible. I mean, there's a lot of interviews where she credits her starting to like find her faith and attend church and stuff with getting her on the road to acting.
Yes. So that doesn't surprise me that they would go after her.
Oh, yeah, of course not.
Doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, so she's just kind of defends a little bit. Here, I'll let you keep going.
So she, people get after her as if she's spreading conspiracy theories and telling people not to get the vaccine and all this stuff, essentially putting a lot of words in her mouth just from her sharing that video. But she, defends herself saying, his main point is what is in it and is it safe for our bodies to take? I took that point from it. If it disappoints you that I would simply ask this, then my bad. And I mean,
no, that's also valid too. I mean, go on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say yesterday, I believe it was, who was getting all mad about COVID vaccines. Eric Larson. Eric Larson was saying, everybody who doesn't get vaccinated is a numbskull and should be shunned from society. But according to research done just this September, like 78% of the country doesn't trust the vaccine, not for any sort of, anti-vax or conspiracy reasons, but they're just like, we feel like it's going to be rushed. We don't know what's in it. We don't know the side effects, which are all valid things. The same reason a lot of us don't buy first generation consoles, right?
Dude, I'm not buying any of that stuff until like a year later.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand why people do that.
Me neither. I feel like you're inviting to be like public beta test.
That's exactly what you are. You're a guinea pig beta tester that paid like $800.
Yeah, exactly.
For the game.
Yeah, Drew.
The console.
Cyberpunk.
No, he's on PC. He's playing on PC. Well, that's different. He's buying the game. They should have fixed that. But yeah, I was just going to say that I think the U.S. Conference for Catholic Bishops even have taken issue with some of the vaccines because of what's in them, or what's alleged to be in them, and that's against the Catholic faith to do that.
Stem cells.
Yeah. Well, aborted. Aborted. Yeah.
However you want to classify them, however they're describing it.
Yeah. So there's that too. So she's not like coming out of left field here. The largest organized religion has made statements.
About something.
Has concerns about it. So it's just insane that she would have to leave Twitter for this, and hopefully it's for the better though. She doesn't have to deal with her phone blowing up with all these insane people coming at her.
Some of them, her co-stars.
Yeah, her co-stars. Don Cheadle came after her. I don't think we have it in here.
I don't think we have it, yeah.
We didn't put that one in here, but yeah, Ethan Van Sciver did a whole video of it. He says something. I forget what did he say? It's like 3 words. It's really short.
It was essentially him. A bunch of people were tweeting at him saying Letitia is saying all this crazy stuff, and then he initially said, "You know what? I support my people." Blah blah blah. And then he goes and finds out what she, he finds out what she actually says, and he says, "Bye, Letitia."
Yeah, like bye, Felicia. Like you're canceled. Yeah. Like, dude, I mean, we've covered this guy for a while. He's like a complete scumbag in Hollywood. Like,
he's like Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, him and Ruffalo are like 2 of the worst.
Dude, the only
Hollywood
thing I remember him from.
Like, he's talked. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the only thing I remember him from before he did the stupid, before he was an Avenger, he did that Captain Planet knockoff video.
He was in Ocean's 11.
Okay.
Dude, he was in Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah.
And then I remember him in a scene with Christine Nguyen, and he's completely naked in an orgy with a whole bunch of other women in this hotel.
Ugh.
You don't remember that?
He was pretty much a nobody before. He was pretty much a nobody before the MCU though.
Drew, where are you?
But yeah. He's the worst. He's the worst of these celebrities using their platform to like Brie Larson.
He's a huge SJW.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he's criticizing Letitia Wright for maybe making a stupid decision, saying something stupid. He did a nude scene with a bunch of guys and a bunch of girls in an orgy in a hotel.
No, that's totally fine. That's what Hollywood wants.
Yeah,
as you can see in the latest Star-Lord comic.
Well, the thing is why do they want to be so ignorant? It's like, my God, you already know the stuff with the vaccines. Like they should know with all the stuff that went on with Bill Gates getting kicked out of Africa for all the stuff.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
He never knew about that. He got basically Bill Gates got kicked out of
I just
Africa
don't know what you're talking about.
He funds a whole bunch of companies that.
I knew he did all the vaccines in India.
Yeah.
In Haiti.
Yeah, I think it was India. It's not Africa, but there was another place besides India as well. But
Haiti.
He's persona non grata there because a lot of people died, and they blame him directly.
All right. Fat Steven Seagal has a super chat here. He was really trying to get my attention with the Starfire stuff. He did it with the super chat for $2 Canadian dollars. He says, "I kind of sort of put your head on Starfire's body." Hashtag.
Where is
it? I'm sure it's on Twitter. He's probably tagged us on Twitter.
I know. I'm looking for it.
Here we go.
The best parts of Wednesdays.
I assume that it's my head because he keeps saying, "Confirm John looks sexy on Starfire's body." Oh, which Starfire? Is it the old like 80s version Starfire? Is it Anna Diop Starfire? I have had my head photoshopped onto Michael Jackson before. Not gonna. What? Didn't look horrible. I went as Michael Jackson for Halloween back in college. I had like the high water pants and the white V-neck and had the glove, and then the hat. But yeah. Okay, what is our before like we find out exactly before Spencer finds this?
No,
apparently he sent it to Don in the Twitter DMs.
Fat Steven, what you need to do for a meme is actually do John as Din Djarin.
Oh my gosh! No,
because I still think he somewhat actually resembles Din Djarin.
That guy has no principles, man. That guy has zero principles. I can't stand him. He's like the worst character.
That's why all his allies outshine him. Like every episode.
Oh, baby, you don't want any of that fire.
My genitals are confused.
Gail Simone's body, no.
Oh, no, don't do
Okay,
that.
thank you for taking that off, Spencer.
Thank you.
Or Don, or whoever took it off.
Oh, my God.
Spencer's trying to bring it back. Or are you trying to bring it back up?
No,
Okay.
Don's the one who has it, so
Okay.
he is the keeper.
I have to look at my nice little picture of Gal Gadot to cleanse my mind here.
Oh, is that who that is? That's Gal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cleanse your mind palette.
All right, so the next, what do we got next? What was our last topic? I think it was, what was it?
Oh
Mando.
my gosh, Mando.
It was Pedro.
Yeah.
Pedro. Yeah, we were just talking about Pedro.
Season finale coming up.
So speaking of, as far as a fun little thing, I wanted to do actual like predictions because I actually, last episode I missed Friday's review, so and I wanted to go on there because I actually liked the past episode. I thought it was really good.
You wouldn't have after you watched it. If you were in the show with us. I had the similar reaction. I was like, this episode is decent outside of any context with the entire show. But when you actually start thinking about the context of the show, it's pretty bad. And then Don pointed out, like, again, there's inconsistencies within.
Well, I like the writing. Yeah, I like the writing that they did with Bill Burr. I just thought it was a really
the believer.
It was a really good. It was a really good sort of like redemption arc for Bill Burr being a former Imperial, and then like because if you knew that little piece of lore that they referenced with the Operation Cinder.
Yes, from Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
Yeah, we found that out.
The campaign.
Boo!
And
yeah, we didn't like that. We were disappointed. We were like, "Oh, Operation Cinder, that's something cool. It's like Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars from the original Star Wars. They're adding something new." And then, it's a Battlefront 2 member berry.
Yeah,
but kind of member berry.
Well, no, but the overall thing of Operation Cinder, because it happened, on a few different worlds. So the thing is I just like the redemption arc that Bill Burr had. I thought that his acting at least shined in that episode.
You want to know what the point of that was? It's because they're going to bring in Hux who brainwashes people, so that's why you can't have regular people be stormtroopers. You need brainwash people so they won't rebel, like Mayfeld.
Like Mayfeld, it's all a setup.
Because your clone troopers are already gone.
But yeah,
that would explain how Finn breaks the programming, bro.
As far as
the stormtroopers on whatever that planet is.
As far as predictions, the obvious one is next week Bo-Katan shows up. She's gonna be like the savior at the 11th hour.
I think we called that right? Yeah, I think we called that 2 weeks ago. We said this week was going to be like a prison break, and it pretty much was. Except they weren't going to break out Mayfeld. They were breaking in to get some coordinates to find a starship or a star destroyer that's literally moving in space. I tweeted that out. I was just a response to someone. I think it was to Doomcock, because he was like, "Oh, this was actually a good episode," and I was like, "What are you talking about? The whole purpose of the episode was pointless because their whole goal was to go find coordinates for Moff Gideon's Star Destroyer, and then after they get the coordinates, they literally show Moff Gideon's Star Destroyer flying through space. And everyone's like, "Oh, they just were trying to find the sector in space that he's in." It's like, okay, like, do you know how large space is? Like, okay, you're gonna go search a whole sector? Like, have you played like the Star Trek Online game or any kind of space game? Like, have you played Mass Effect? Like, have you it takes a long time to search the entire sector.
Yeah, well, the thing is
Green Lantern.
The thing is,
Green Lantern.
You can definitely see the path for them to have Bo-Katan show up, because it's going to be like because if you recall, she stole an Imperial ship. It shall be like, "I saw your signal on the holo, blah blah blah." You really should use an encrypted channel.
I thought that was stupid too.
Hi,
let me tell you that I know your location and I'm coming for you because I'm the biggest dumb idiot Mando ever. Like, I'm like a seasoned bounty hunter, and when I go and hunt people and their bounties, I tell them I'm coming.
I call it out.
Like, that would make sense.
My shot, dude.
Like, that literally only works if you're like so sadistic, you want to make it like a tougher challenge for you.
If you're like around the corner from the person or something, that's one thing. But God, he's still a significant. You would think he's still a significant distance away. I don't know. I didn't get that, other than it was like supposed to be like an emotional effect type of deal. And
it was him just repeating his own words to him. That's what he says to the guy in like the 4th episode.
Yeah.
Or it's from season 1 or whatever.
Yeah, it was
a member berry from the first season.
It's a kind of a bookend, but it loses its effect. It would have been better if, like, at that moment, the lights of the station just powered down and it went into red.
Yeah, like they had, like, he used what are the things that like they showed? They had them in Rogue. Did they have them? I don't know if they used them in Rogue One.
Some sort of EMP pulse.
Like, I think they've used them before, where you can. I think they use them in Rebels. They stun the Star Destroyers and takes them out. It's like some kind of rocket that they use.
I don't know. I want to see. I want to see just Chew shows up. I gotta figure Bo-Katan's gonna show up. A, because she wants the dark saber, and B, because somebody's gonna have to save their skins at the 11th hour because they're gonna get overwhelmed, and Boba can't do any god rolls, so they're gonna be like, okay, we need help, and then all of a sudden, Bo-Katan's gonna be the one.
And then 3, because Drew needs more unzip time.
I'm never gonna complain about seeing Katie Sack up.
Deviant, we're gonna get off that topic. Deviant Porg says, doesn't the Mando have a device that showed where Baby Yoda is? The same every bounty hunter had. Yeah, we talked about that on a review on Friday. Do you remember?
Where's the fobs all of a sudden?
The fobs have disappeared because they're absolute trash, and rightly so. So they didn't even explain them. They just didn't include them in season 2. So at least they are listening to our complaints. I do feel like they are listening to our criticisms, and they're seemingly at least that one taking them to heart. Hopefully they keep listening to them, because there's so much room for improvement. There's a lot of room for improvement in this show.
Well, that's all right, chat. I don't mind being the only one on the staff that says last week's episode was actually good.
Yeah, I don't know. Spencer, have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I totally forgot to even watch it until you guys started talking about it right now.
Spencer, you need to watch it.
I will.
I could get.
So you're in the same boat. You're in the same boat I was when I was on vacation, though. It's just
kind of, pretty much.
It's not that good.
I probably will. I'll probably wait until right before the review on Friday, just like I always do.
But having said that, when it's compared to the lowered bar that is the Star Wars Disney trilogy
sequel,
it's
for sure.
Mando is so far and away better than the sequel trilogy.
It's not that much better, but it is better.
It's better.
It's not that much better. Storytelling it's not that much better, honestly. Like, we point out all of these problems every episode. That should have been fixed, could have been improved, would make it a lot better. And
I did like Gina and Ming-Na Wen, though, sitting up on the ridge playing team snipers. That was
we did praise that. It was actually we praised that they were actually scoping out the planet. They came up with a plan, even though the plan was. Even though the plan was to get in, get out, and then they had a whole firefight, and they just had to
So
adapt. I had issues with that because it was all leading up so they could have that big action piece.
I think Gary said it best, though. It's because it doesn't have the intersectional feminism. It doesn't have the gender politics and the insertion of social justice agendas. That it's leaps and bounds above the sequel trilogy.
I will agree with that. I really think that's probably why a lot of people are praising it, I guess, is because it doesn't have a lot of the overt
because it's something halfway normal to watch, because you don't have all that crap in your face, which is nice for a change. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it technically, sure. Is this show going to be an Expanse? No. Is it going to be a Battlestar Galactica? No. It's nowhere close. It's never.
Yeah, it's not. I don't even think it's as good as Dark Matter or Stargate or SG-1.
Yeah, it's not going to approach that level of writing because they don't have as good writers on there.
Dude, 19 pages. Like, even Robert Rodriguez is saying this is a fan movie. Like, he's even taking a dump on it. He's like,
nothing bad about fan movies. Just saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're.
But he's talking when you about have when that level of production gets compared to that is a problem.
When you have $8 million per episode going for the show, you should be getting the best talent on it, and you should be having it. You should probably have a little bit more than a 19-page script. And it should probably be not having your directors ad-lib 5 minutes to make the show longer.
Oh, I'm sure fans have done way more than 19 pages of script for.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's the difference. That's the difference between that and this is passion, passion for the actual subject matter.
Which, interestingly enough, in 2015, that's what Kathleen Kennedy said she was looking for in a female director. They had to be passionate about Star Wars. Well, you didn't even hire a male director that was passionate about Star Wars. J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson could give a rat's ass about Star Wars. Like they just didn't. Like it's so obvious that Rian Johnson has absolutely no clue and doesn't care a thing about Star Wars. Like his whole movie was about destroying Star Wars. It's sickening that she can go out and say that and then give us this guy who just takes a dump on the franchise. But that's what she wanted. I mean, she says it. She wanted to like change the brand. It's so bad. Like I don't know.
People didn't want to change the brand. People loved the brand for what the brand was.
The whole point of Disney buying the brand was so they have a boys brand to go with their Disney princesses.
And like the girls who liked Star Wars for what it was, not because it was Disney princessy.
So they could have Wonder Ray.
Oh, gosh, what a terrible character.
Don't worry, you're gonna get another one. What is her name?
The 14-year-old, the green girl,
Marillion or whatever. Yeah, the Twi'lek or I think she's whatever. She's some kind of alien. Yeah, the 14-year-old.
Oh, the one that was supposed to have all the mandalas on her head, and
yeah, I think she's a Marillion. Marilyn, however you say it. Okay, let's. Do you have that article pulled up, Spencer, with Pedro?
I can in a second.
Hey,
Pedro.
Hey, while we're
wait, do you have? Yeah, let's keep going with the predictions, Drew. What else?
I was going to say, who is? Let's go around real quick while we're waiting for Spencer to pull that up. And who is your guys' dark horse to show up next week? My dark horse is Cal Kestis.
What?
Yep.
Oh, you think that's who he's You think that's who Baby Yoda was?
My dark horse is Cal Kestis. I'm gonna say Cal Kestis.
That's the surprise at the end of the show or in the middle?
I would say
end.
I would say at the absolutely that'll be like the end.
I think you might get. I'll go here. I'll say. Can you hide this actually real quick, Spencer?
Yep.
Let's keep talking, Amanda. Like we'll talk a little bit. We'll get to that a little bit. This is just kind of wild. I'm gonna go with Sabine.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
I mean, who do you think painted Boba's outfit? Gave him a new paint job.
All right, so John
looks like crap.
So John says it'll be Sabine. All right, Spencer, what's your dark horse?
So my darkest horse is Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
The darkest horse.
Okay. Yeah, you're losing that race.
Oh yeah. 1,000,000,000 to 1 odds. Put me down for $1. Gosh, who is Baby Yoda talking to? He's probably honestly it's either Cal or Ezra. But probably Cal. I'm gonna go with Drew on this one. It's probably Cal.
All right, Don.
It's Revan.
No one has said it. I'll say it.
Darth Crate.
Mara Jade.
Wow.
All right.
There's rumor.
That's right.
If we're saying that she's so mine was just a character showing up. If we're talking about who he's communing with, it's Ezra.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I was
no chance.
Steven Seagal says he's speaking with Mace Windu.
Oh man, yeah, that's a big one too.
Wait a minute, how do you? Whatever. The last of the Jedi shall.
No, there's a fan theory that he's still alive.
Yeah, there's a theory he's still alive.
There's a little bit. I know there's a little bit of everybody's kind of pushing to have that little like reaction if Mace Windu would show up, and then there would be the instant tension with Boba Fett. That's what they're hoping for.
That's the problem, though. Yoda says, "The last of the Jedi shall you be." Mace is still alive then?
Yeah, I know. So,
yeah.
Apparently Ahsoka is, Cal Kestis.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's still Jedi alive.
Ahsoka, you could explain like she was
gone, dude.
In the whatever the portal of time or whatever the warp zone.
Leia. Leia was still technically around at the time.
Yeah, but Leia's not.
Roof Crane says he's talking with Anakin.
No.
As a Force ghost.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I'm sticking with Cal Kestis. Only because like
Kyle Katarn.
wow.
Oh,
If they wanted to if they wanted to get some goodwill out of the EU fans, having Kyle Katarn show up might not be too bad. But I don't. I mean,
I doubt it. We're never seeing him again.
That's like a big dark horse.
that's like saying Mara Jade at this point.
Cal Kestis.
No, there's
There's
way
a
more
rumor
evidence.
that
There's way more evidence.
about
Yeah.
Mara Jade. There's been multiple rumors about Mara Jade.
Well, Cal Kestis makes sense to me, just because
So they're doing the Rogue Squadron movie.
Well, no, but you played the game, so
I played part of it.
Yeah,
I
he
put-
didn't finish.
I didn't
it.
finish it. I don't
He
think I
didn't
ever
like it.
made
He
it.
didn't like it.
But
Was it
I didn't make it
platformer?
off the. I finished the ice planet and then I stopped.
But the thing is,
I think it's Hoth. I don't remember.
is like so with Cal Kestis, like essentially he was like trying to save like basically the last batch of younglings, last
Yeah,
batch.
they had that story in that story was in the Vader comic series.
Yeah,
they show it.
So
Yeah.
it makes sense to me if Cal Kestis is kind of like on that path that that little communing with the Force that Grogu did. Well, that essentially tells me that easy tie-in is Cal Kestis.
See, this
I
is
mean, a
also
lot of people think it's going to be Ezra. I get that, and it probably.
Well, now here's the part where we're like what we do kind of rains on our parade. And I think I mentioned this last week. Like because we cover this stuff like professionally, we kind of have some unfortunate insights. Like who's more likely from a production standpoint to show up? Some like the guy who is already a television actor from Gotham and everything, or somebody we haven't heard anything about. I'm kind of leaning towards the
where have
Gotham
all these
guy.
other?
Well,
No, there. Well, I'll argue in this season, where have all the characters come from? Clone Wars, Rebels,
True.
Yeah.
Grand Admiral
True,
Thrawn
so-
even got name
Dude.
dropped.
Commander Cody.
Yeah.
Yes, Fat Steven Seagal, Darth Jar Jar. I like.
Yes.
I
If they were
still
going
believe
to-
it. I
if
still
they were-
believe it.
If they were going to actually like instead of instituting this stupid fan joke about the stormtroopers being dunces and idiots, I would totally rather have them do Darth Jar Jar.
Misa here to end you.
Darth Jar Jar is really Plagueis. He's still alive.
I teach you, Grogu, how to force choke.
That's what he was doing. He was actually he would have a reason to be in the Jedi Temple. He would have a reason to be there. He was the representative of Naboo.
Yeah, I don't know.
He brings about the Empire.
I don't know. It's gonna be
I believe it.
interesting. The thing I wonder is, will they actually make it like an hour-long episode? Because it's
It'll probably be a longer one like the last one.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
30, 35.
30.
No, I don't think they're going to do it.
15.
35 to 40 is what I think, yeah. So what do you I think that Gideon keeps Baby Yoda.
I think so too.
I think they lose.
If they want a really shocking cliffhanger, I say kill off Din Djarin.
They won't.
There's some speculation there about that.
I mean, it would be weight. It would definitely have some weight to it. But the thing is, I
actually hope they kill off Boba Fett, and so then everyone who was like, "Oh my gosh, the Mando's so great," they'll be like, "They did it again! They ruined another OT character."
Oh God,
people hating Disney again.
God, people will lose their shit, John. Oh man, if that happens.
That's what me and Stig were thinking.
Do it.
Matt Steven Seagal says they kill Boba. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Boba is the one who gets killed.
He's nice.
Because they're going to be using the. There is a rumor that there's a Boba Fett series, but it could be potentially Mando season 3 because they did build the cockpit. I guess they built the cockpit of Slave One.
Yeah.
And they're building like a Slave One ship or whatever.
Well, we already know that Rangers of the New Republic thing is going to be a Cara Dune show.
That's the speculation.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just from the title, everything else, it makes sense. You know, she's flashing around that badge. It's that show is going to focus on her and when whatever, you know, other like law people are going around the galaxy.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to have the guy from Justified come back.
Yeah, so you got that. So it's, you know, she won't be there to take up the Mando mantle because we all speculated. I know early on if he died, it would logically be her, but it won't now.
And all those shows are supposed to combine like Defenders style. That's what Kennedy said.
Yeah,
they said they're going to culminate in like an epic event.
Yeah, they're gonna. It's gonna be. This is basically like the Disney Plus like version of like how they did CW crossovers. So, you know what's gonna happen is like so you'll have the Cara Dune show with that Rangers of the New Republic thing. So that makes sense even more with this whole like little connected universe they've got, and then yeah, if there's a Boba Fett show, that would make sense too.
Droids is the coming out story of Lando Pando. Oh gosh, dude.
Man. I don't know, but I'm sticking. My dark horse prediction is Cal Kestis is the one. That's my Jedi.
Dan says Lando gets R2 droids. But yeah, so I aside from like surprise character showing up, I think that they raid Gideon. Obviously, they're gonna raid Gideon's ship, and then I think they lose. I think that Gideon keeps Baby Yoda, so you have an Empire Strikes Back type vibe, and you have a reason for them to like just be hunting down Gideon the rest of season 3 or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's that's what I would do if I was them. But like last time they gave them a win, and then Gideon survives or whatever to fight again another day. I feel like you can't kill Gideon off so soon unless you're replacing him with Thrawn, which I guess you could do.
Thrawn's going to be a Ahsoka.
I feel like he's going to be
I feel Thrawn's Ahsoka too. But they might tease him. He might show up. Maybe he gets the Darksaber or something like that. Who knows?
No, I'm thinking that Gideon's going to inject little baby Yoda blood into himself and go Super Shredder.
He did talk about how he's like a. I mean, he's teased that. He's like, am I like a descendant of Darth Vader? I'm pretty good with that, with the Darksaber. I know how to use it. Am I one of them? Like implying that he's like an Inquisitor or something like that.
Well, it is the see my thing here with that is now are they gonna have it to where Gideon finds out he's force sensitive? I doubt it.
They talked about it. They talked about what Script Doctor was theorizing with them using Baby Yoda to like inject
his powers,
to inject people with the experimentations. There's that's heavily implied in that transmission from the Doctor to Gideon when they're when they're on Navarro or whatever. It seemed pretty clear that that's exactly what they were talking about, giving people like force powers.
By their midichlorian counts.
Because I expected season 3 to be like at least a decent portion of it be probably about the Mandalorians getting their planet back from Imperial rule.
Well, it all depends, I guess, on what happens.
I mean, you might get like 2 episodes just like this one. Literally giving us only 2 episodes. Like Gideon like gets the baby, and then they go to like find his coordinates, and now they're gonna go after his ship. So I guess 3 episodes, which is kind of what you got first season. The last 3 episodes were the only 3 episodes that actually kind of like advance the story. Dan says they figured out how to inject the midi-chlorians. I hate this idea. I think this is like anathema to the entire idea of the Force. That the fact that they, instead of having to train and be disciplined, you could just manipulate, like just inject it. Like the only way that they could potentially do that is if there's a dark side user,
like controlling them like from remote. Yeah.
Or like a dark side user is part of like the operation or something like that. So they're manipulating the Force with like the injection process or something like that. That's the only thing maybe where how you could explain that is you had a Sith or a dark side user. I also think that I've talked about this. Everyone. I don't understand why people aren't saying this. The Leslie Headland show is totally the Night Sisters. I don't know why people aren't saying that. It's a female-led show about the rise of like dark side powers, and people are like, "Oh, it's a plagiarist." It's like, dude, you guys are like, she's doing a female show. It's the Night Sisters.
Female show,
Come on.
It better be cool.
It so obvious. It has like, to me, it was the one that had the most interesting pitch.
For me, it's Rogue Squad. Or no, wait, that's a movie.
Rogue Squadron is the movie. Yeah,
movie. So I think I'm with you on that one then.
Yeah, it was the most interesting pitch. Like if I didn't know anything about Leslie Headland, then I would be like, "Oh, that actually sounds really cool." But
that's our curse.
Yeah. Let's look at Pedro now.
Oh boy.
All right.
Pedro.
Yeah, boy, Pascal.
Yeah, so this is a screenshot from the interview. So I guess he appeared on like British television or something like that. I didn't really look very hard to see where it was. But so we got these rumors about Pedro being difficult on the set of Mando season 2. In fact, Scooper Grace Randolph claims that he walked off the set halfway through the season because he wanted to show his face, and he was uncomfortable in the Mando suit. The Mandalorian creative team wouldn't budge on this, so Pedro went to Lucasfilm in order to try and get them to intervene. And then the people on Mando said take a hike, and he did. That's what she's reporting. And then she said that both sides were pretty bad, with both sides upset. And so now, though, we had this recent interview with Pedro. Was asked if he wanted to have his helmet off in future Mandalorian episodes. And so, do you want to just? Oh, did someone? Oh, can you click that?
You want the picture? Yeah.
No, click the December 15 tweet.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Why isn't it showing up? Did he delete it?
No.
No, it's still there. It's just not populating. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just play it. Can you play it?
Yeah. No, hold on.
Here, let's just wait. Just get it. And,
yeah, I'll grab it.
Yeah, do shit.
I'll grab it if you guys want
to. Yeah, we can wait. We can still talk about some more Mando. But yeah, so before we get to this, we can go back to a little bit of Mandalorian speculation. I actually hope that they don't have them win, just because I think that would be a nice twist. And gives you something to really look forward to for the next season. If they win, I guess the whole thing is just you're running away again from Moff Gideon, who's obviously going to pursue you. They could. We know that they're going to keep doing season 3. So if they do win and defeat Gideon, then what Drew was saying makes sense. They go to Mandalore, and he tries to retake Mandalore. Maybe he's learning more about Mando ways, like real Mandalorian ways, I guess. Or if they take him out of this whole like Baby Yoda plot, and he's actually gets to he just goes back to being a bounty hunter. And
no.
Which they're not going to do that. I don't think so whatsoever.
Yeah, well, eventually
that ship has sailed.
Eventually, they do have to get out of the Baby Yoda plot one way or the other, because I think that Baby Yoda is going to be part of probably it'll be a bigger part of the Ahsoka show, I was thinking.
I'm not sure. She's already kind of said she's not going to train him. Sends him to this other place so he's someone else's problem. But I agree with Don. I think that Baby Yoda is tied to Mando. They've made that really abundantly clear when he's like threatening. Baby Yoda is pretty much the star of the show, I feel like.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yeah, right.
The marketing is speaking money. And
even though
if they get rid of Baby Yoda, no.
Even though he's a demented psychopath.
Yes.
That's fine. And his character is like wildly inconsistent.
Yes.
Because
as long as he sells. It's fine.
Yeah. He's eating unfertilized eggs in one episode, playing with the hatched eggs in the next, being revealed to have been trained by multiple Jedi masters in the Jedi Temple, so he knows what right and wrong are.
Sith masters.
He uses force choke. He's he's using multiple dark side powers.
Also, I'm ready. I got it when you guys are ready.
Okay.
Might find out he has force lightning. Just.
I was actually surprised that that didn't happen when he was tossing the stormtroopers around.
Oh yeah.
At the end of,
I thought we were gonna see a spark of it.
Yeah, I thought it was like gonna be like some lightning, like start sparking, and then Gideon was gonna be like, "Nah, no."
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I definitely thought that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm waiting for that to happen. Dan Traeger says they're doing Lone Wolf and Cub. This series fails without Baby Yoda. Exactly.
Yeah.
The show is, like, people will riot if Baby Yoda is no longer there.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda Bucks rule the show. Yeah, I mean the story right now I'm seeing, which it sickens me personally, is that people are putting Baby Yodas on the top of their Christmas trees. It's like, dude, why do you even have a Christmas tree? What's wrong with you?
Better than a Porg.
Yeah, I guess, but it just kind of is just like it's not even like, I don't know. I don't even want to talk. I'll just say it right now. It's not even Christmas. You're putting a fictional character on top of your tree.
It's Life Day now.
Yeah. All right. Let's hear what Pedro had to say.
All right, buckle up, folks.
Another Daniel would like to know. You've said apparently that you want to have your helmet off in future Mandalorian episodes. Is that true?
Oh, that is not true, actually. It's a really wonderful way of telling the story. It's always been a very clear creed for the character, and the collaborative process of the whole thing has been we've all been on the same page with this. I think so. What I want is for them to make the best show possible, however they get that done.
Right. Yeah. I just love Baby Yoda.
See right there.
I just love Baby Yoda. I don't care about you, actually. I just love Baby Yoda. But I thought it was hilarious that when he's saying, like, it's part of his creed, they literally have the picture of him with his helmet off. It's like, yeah, it's so much part of your creed that you don't follow it at all. When you're actually pressed on it, he doesn't follow it. Like, every time he is pressed to follow that creed, he does not do it. He doesn't do it in the first season. I pointed this out in the article. He does do it in the first season where he says that his weapons are his religion. He gives them up right away, gives his rifle up, gives his blaster up. The only thing he has, I guess, is the flamethrower because he doesn't have the whistle thing yet. And then second season, obviously, he just takes his helmet off. So when he was pushed on it, he doesn't believe in his actual creed. He might say that he believes in it, but his actual actions show that he doesn't. He's a lapsed Catholic, is what Dan says.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a lapsed Catholic, I don't even. Would you even say that you believe that stuff? I don't know. When I was a lapsed Catholic, I didn't say I believed a lot of that stuff. That I obviously have gotten back into now. But what's so funny?
No, it's like the rules are strict sometimes.
For him, yeah.
No,
or are you talking about me?
Whenever anybody's says there's a full proof, you need to follow this to the letter. There's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
There's gonna be I could see like a lot of conflict next season because he's going to have to come to a decision like which way is the actual way,
right.
because he's now been told by somebody that is technically considered
by two people. He's been told by Bo-Katan and Boba Fett.
But he's been told one thing by
the armorer.
Armorer, and then he was told a different thing by Bo-Katan. And Bo-Katan does carry weight because she has the gravitas behind her. She has their people.
He doesn't. I don't think he knows her position though.
No, but she let him know, like, "Hey, dude,
and she was like mocking him, and then Boba Fett doesn't wear his helmet either.
No, so I think Boba Fett
shows that his dad was a foundling, and that he's like Mandalorian.
Yeah, so I think Boba Fett's more in the Bo-Katan crew. Although I think there's going to be some static between them when they meet too.
I think I would have been okay with last week's episode with the helmet thing if he had killed Mayfeld.
Oh yeah, totally. Or like Mayfeld actually didn't see him.
Yeah,
that would have been fine.
And they killed everyone else.
I think the internal conflict thing was better done on Daredevil, to be honest.
Yes, 100%.
But that's...
Yeah, Dan says this is a show they weren't. I mean, he's supposed to be like the first episode. He's like freezing people in carbonite and like chopping people in half through a door.
Yeah, where's that guy?
What happened to that guy? Yeah.
It's the Kurosaki Ichigo principle.
Mm-hmm.
Like one episode, fully powered. Next episode, I can't beat Yummy.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, he's so inconsistent throughout the show. YouTube Me says, signing off, catch y'all. Thank you, YouTube Me, for joining us. We appreciate that. I do want to get back a little bit to the actual interview. I found it interesting the way he responded. He's like, no, that's not actually true. Like, wait,
dude,
it really
totally
is true, isn't it?
Taken off guard, yeah.
It really is true, isn't it?
That was the dodgiest PR. Like, I just want them to make the best show possible, however they can. Like
the way he said that
next to him.
I think that was Gal.
Oh, that was Gal. Okay.
I think it was. It looked like it. Yeah, I think it was Gal. Sure, it was like a Wonder
Woman interview.
Oh,
yeah, and they like totally sidetracked him on the Mando. But yeah, no, that what you were just saying there, Spencer, totally. He was just like, I just want them to make the best show they can, however they can do it. And it's like, yeah, you had a big issue.
Yeah,
with
it was clearly something you can't talk about.
Yeah, he was totally trying to get out of that question. And yeah, he was just like, we had agreement this whole time. Like, that's what the character was supposed to be. And it's just like, well, I don't think so. You had your helmet come off twice now. The Baby Yoda should have actually been killed too, because he saw him with his helmet off in the... No, it wasn't. Baby Yoda was already taken away, right? It was just the droid that saw him, right?
Yeah.
The droid back to... Super back to...
Baby Yoda's just seen his chin, like when he takes a drink.
Right. When was the last time someone was actually injured on this show besides that one episode? I mean, Queel got killed. Karga was healed by Baby Yoda, right?
Yeah.
In season 1. Season 2, no one has been injured.
He didn't even use his disintegrator this season.
The gun, yeah, he didn't
He
use
has
the
this
rifle,
OP
yeah.
gun that he has not used once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody.
So I think that's an issue.
No, never mind. I was gonna say Ming Na, but that was season 1.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, season 1 had much more violence. They totally toned it down.
Yeah, they really did.
The poor Krayt Dragon is what Dan says. yeah, they got the Krayt Dragon, and I guess the spiders they got the spiders. But yeah, like literally, they've not been in danger at all whatsoever. At least there was some amount of danger, and that goes to the point the stormtroopers are a joke now. I am interested to see these. I hope these dark troopers just like own them. Like that's
dude.
That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. Like they'll cut through all the stormtroopers. The dark troopers will go on, and then you'll see like some injuries, like Shan gets injured or something like that. None of the Mandalorians even got hurt when they attacked the transport ship. But yeah, no, that interview is such a total dodge. Like to me, it was confirming Randolph's rumor. It confirms it to me. The way he answered it, he's like, no, actually, how do I say this? That isn't true. Wink, wink. And then he's like, it's a code the character has had from the beginning. It's like, no. 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 He doesn't have a code. He says he has a code, but he doesn't actually have one because he doesn't follow it. Which I think that's like my biggest problem. Like if they show him struggling more with the code, and he's like, is this actually something I believe in? I think they tried to do it in that Mayfeld conversation, but he just sat there and didn't say anything.
Crisis of faith.
Yeah, like you were saying,
he looked uncomfortable in that scene, but
he doesn't say anything now.
You could get out of it.
Yeah, he just sits there. He sits there and like looks at Mayfeld as he's like talking, and it's like, I guess, because I guess they try to imply that like he's not even supposed to come out of his Beskar armor.
Yeah.
As well in that episode, because I never got that. I thought I never felt like that was part of his code. I thought it was like he couldn't take his helmet off. I didn't think it was just like he had to stay fully in his Beskar armor. I just knew that like he wanted the Beskar armor because it belongs to like Mandalorians, but I never got that until that episode. So they're like adding that in too, to whatever the way is, which we don't even know what the way is. We just know you don't take your helmet off, and that's about it. And you follow the quest given to you by the armorer.
That's the way.
That's
the
way.
Quest line way.
Got to follow the quest.
And the sideline quests as well.
Well, yeah, those quests come from the initial quest giver. You just didn't know about them yet.
Right?
It's just the B plot to the. It's when you complete the first objective and they go, oh no, this thing was wrong. We need you to do this thing.
And then you're just like, are you kidding me? Can I just kill you?
Yeah.
Like take whatever the loot is I'm supposed to get from this. Like
I'm done here.
What? I just killed like 100 spiders. Now I got to go kill 100 giant spiders. Come on.
Welcome to RPGs.
Dan says that Pascal's default setting is looking uncomfortable in Game of Thrones. I don't know. I never watched any Game of Thrones interviews with him.
I don't even remember.
He looked extremely uncomfortable though in that little clip there though. But you were gonna say something, Drew.
Well, no, I just I want to to see more of like the sort of struggle to free Mandalore and bring the clans back together. I want to definitely see that elaborated upon more. And yeah, I want to see him struggle more with the code as well. I want to find out, well, what way is the way? Is it what Bo-Katan's saying, or is it yeah.
I think like our biggest complaints is that the show has no depth.
No,
that's really it's shallow.
Yeah, freeing Mandalore is way too deep of a plot for this show. It's a bridge too far for.
Well, unless they make an entire like Bo-Katan series, which may be a possibility.
See,
then that's coming. Then that's coming in season 3.
You know what else is coming in season 3?
What, Don?
That's what she said.
What is coming in season 3, Don?
And on that, I'm hitting the end broadcast button.
Yeah. Well, we are about getting close to the witching hour, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have our review and reaction for the Mandalorian finale. I think it's this Friday. Is it tomorrow? Is it Friday?
It is Friday.
Yeah, it's gonna be Friday.
So we'll have that Friday for you, 7 p.m. Eastern here on the channel. I hate to say this, but I'm more than likely going to be very critical of it.
Same.
I'm saying that based on all of the episodes, starting with season 1, have had their issues and have had significant issues. That needed a lot of work. So I wouldn't expect this episode to be any different. But yeah, so I guess we can just go around the horn now. We'll start with you, Spencer.
Yeah, as always, thanks for tuning in on Wednesday nights, guys. It's always a blast to talk with you guys about the news. You can find me on Twitter at KabutoWriterMav, and you can find me pretty much daily on Bounding into Comics. And as John and Dawn have been referencing, tune in on Friday to catch our final Mandalorian review for the season. And it will clearly be a contentious one. So it'll definitely be something to watch. So tune in, come hang out, and thanks for joining us, as always.
And hopefully it will surprise us. I do want it to be good.
Absolutely.
Listen, we're all waiting for something good to come along. We've been waiting.
I hope that something better comes along. I love the Muppets.
You know what? After the Mando's done, we get Marvel. We get Marvel shows.
I am looking forward to. We didn't even talk about that. I am looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier a lot, more so than WandaVision. But
I think I'm looking forward to WandaVision a little more than Winter Falcon. Winter Falcon.
Winter Falcon.
That's the shit. That's the ship name, guys. That's the ship.
That is a cool name, the Winter Falcon.
I do like that. Copyright there.
What's his superpower?
He can fly even when it's cold, so his wings don't freeze. I don't know.
Is he an archer?
He is. No, dude. With a name like that, you gotta have superpowers.
Winter Falcon. Well, you could. You can still be an archer and have superpowers, right?
Then he has the ability of flight.
The snowflake that never falls.
You mean Justin? That's the book. That's the
never melts.
We have already. It'll never fall into our hands as consumers.
The Winter Falcon. Obviously, he has flight. Does he have any other powers? He has to have really good vision
and camouflage.
No. Alpha Flight already has that character.
Snowbird.
Right?
Oh. Maybe he's like. I want to maybe he's like a big guy. He's like Hawkman, but he's huge.
Oh, dude, heck yeah.
He's like Hawkman combined with like Colossus.
Just a metal Hawkman, a giant, just hurtling metal at your face all the time.
He has like ice powers or something. Maybe he's like Hawkman with ice powers.
Dude, I'd watch that.
Magneto versus freaking Red Skull all the time. Here's a block of metal. I have to throw it at your face.
All right, Don.
Oh gosh, a bunch of stuff on my script here. Balance, referee, umpire.
Your script is on a cardboard box?
It has been.
Yeah, I didn't realize that before.
Subscribe to
I
my
like hearing
YouTube
it.
channel.
No, read it.
Gosh, dang
I love hearing the referee
You always
part.
have to.
All right.
I'm still waiting for you to like show up with like red cards and like start red carding people, or like putting them in penalty boxes.
If people give me more authority than I believe myself to have, then sure, why not? I am Dollified, the balance of the force, the middle of the lane, the referee, the ringer of the bell, the umpire, the counselor of reason, as best as I can be unbiased when all else is pretty much going insane. Subscribe to my channel. I've got 121 folks on there already. Just look me up there. Dollified. I spelled it out for you, so it'll make it easier for you. And I got more subscribers, so I got to put more stuff on my channel, I guess. And then subscribe to these guys, hit the like button, share this video, and read some of our stuff on our website. We got some good stuff going on that none of these other sites, none of these other shill access websites will ever report on.
Yeah, you said you're working on a video, I think, for
for your channel, but not mine. That's not right.
Oh well, yeah. So
Yeah, but
you're working on the what is it?
It's called a preview.
It's the what is it? What is it? What? You said it
The
earlier,
timekeepers.
No, I thought it was on the like Eternal Living something.
No,
the Living Tribunal. The Living Tribunal.
I thought it was Living Tribunal. A lot of people thought it was Living Tribunal in the Loki show. A Loki show. I'm looking forward to that. But no, it's actually the Timekeepers. If you look at the picture on the wall and you look at the picture in the comic books of the Timekeepers, you're like, oh, it's those guys.
I think if you do a video on that, it's going to be gangbusters. Nobody's doing a video on them.
Yeah.
You could do one on Owen Wilson's character, Mobius or whatever.
Mobius? Yeah.
That might be interesting. Or
I thought that was Jared Leto.
Shut up.
That could be confusing, not gonna lie. That might confuse people. But yeah, no, that could be cool if you want to do that on Owen Wilson's character.
Mr. Mobius?
Yeah.
Mobius and Mobius.
Because doesn't he like team with Kang at one point? I think he does. It's weird.
Yeah.
Drew.
Yeah, well, you can catch me on my channel at Supreme Heretic. Also on Twitter at Supreme Heretic. Tomorrow, finally, is the Pegasus Sexual Podcast. A Transformer will not be blowing up in my neighborhood this week, so I will actually be able to.
Wait. A Transformer blew up in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Was it Bumblebee or Optimus Prime? Which one was it? Did you catch the Decepticon that was responsible?
Dude, where are the Men in Black? Are they coming for you?
Yeah, it was one of those fake Decepticons from the movies. Because I hated those.
The girls?
The ones they used the cube on to like create.
Yeah, those are so stupid. But yeah. Anyways, just make sure that you catch us tomorrow for the Pegasus Sexual Podcast. We talk about all things Battlestar Galactica, and we are in the middle of reviewing the start of season 3. So we'll have the second part of the 3-parter that is the first episode of season 3. So make sure that you tune in for that on my channel tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, same time as this stream starts every Wednesday. We start Pegasus Actual every Thursday at 9 p.m. So make sure that you catch us on there. And then, of course, catch the 4 of us on the Bounding Live panel as we review The Mandalorian this Friday, because that's going to be a big deal since it's the season finale. And I'm sure that we're probably bound to disagree, or maybe we will all agree.
I think it sounds like you might be the one doing a lot of the disagreeing, Drew. With
I don't know.
It'll be me and Don against you. I have a feeling Spencer will be in there too. I have a feeling Spencer will probably like the most recent one.
Like last week's episode, I was fine with, but by and large, honestly, I've pretty much, I think we consensus agreed that this show is lacking in a lot of places.
Yeah, like why aren't those guys throwing the bombs, and they only start to do that after Mando does it? It's like they are absolutely stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Why do stormtroopers exist at all, ever?
The stormtroopers actually do kill some people in this one.
What?
But
I don't believe.
But when they do the killing, it makes no sense.
Oh, of course it doesn't.
It's like, why are they? Oh, look, we have TIE fighters, and we have our transport trucks that are transporting this material that we really need to sow chaos and havoc throughout the galaxy. Why aren't we having our TIE fighters guard our transport trucks? Why don't we have our stormtroopers that are garrisoned in this fortress here guarding our transport trucks?
Plot armor. That's why.
Yep. So
a lot of logic arguments.
So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of problems. All right. I'm sorry. I don't want to rain on your parade, Drew. It's just.
No, I'm not sitting there.
Yeah.
Embracing this series, like Star Wars is back. I'm not saying that at all.
Like if you take that Mayfeld going after the Imperial guy out of the rest of the show, it's a good speech. But even we even talked about this with Script Doctor. It's like, why isn't this Imperial guy like, dude, what's wrong with you? This guy needs to go to the brig. He's being what is it? Insubordinate. Yeah. This is an Imperial leader of you assume he's the leader of the fort, or at least that's kind of where they have him at, and he's just letting Mayfield just talk crap to him pretty much. And I just don't see that guy doing that. I don't know. He wasn't really taking any crap. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into the fact that he's an Imperial officer, and I expect more from Imperial officers based on what I've seen in previous Star Wars films, where
The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Where they
that wasn't an Imperial officer.
That's a First Order officer, yo. Until the only time you see an Imperial officer is in Rise of Skywalker. I hate that scene so much. I should have got up and left the theater. I told my wife, I was like, we this is absolutely trash. As soon as that was the opening scene, and as soon as you got that, I was just like, holy crap, this movie is not good.
No, that was
so bad, dude. I hate that scene so much. I will say I was going through and I was on Disney Plus, and I was just trying to take screenshots for one of my videos that I did. I don't know if it was this week or last week. It might have been this week, but there is one point where again, it contradicts itself within the own movie. So he's taking the prank phone call. He's not ordering Poe to be destroyed in the beginning of the movie. But after the Canto bite, and they've got Finn and Rose on the bridge of the whatever their ship is. Mm-hmm. It's not a Star Destroyer. I forget what it is. He's destroy the fleet, destroy the rebels who are in their transport troops, and he immediately orders them to be fired there. And it's just well, why didn't he do that with Poe Dameron? Oh, because you can't have Poe Dameron being instantly obliterated for being
Toasted,
a complete nonce. Because that's what he did. So it's pure plot BS crap writing.
Plot armor.
Yeah. And then the whole idea that they can't just jump through freaking hyperspace to own them is so dumb. So dumb.
It's all right. Taika Waititi's will be worse.
You like Taika. You like Taika.
Yeah.
You like Ragnarok. You like that stuff. So I'm surprised you're saying that. What's going on there?
No, when he said that, I'm like, nah, I don't think you can do worse than Rihanna. I'm sorry. It's
a low bar. I mean, I still believe that Last Jedi is the worst Star Wars film. It's worse than Rise of Skywalker. Rise of
Skywalker is a product of The Last Jedi. That's the problem. So like
is.
that,
yeah.
you can't really. It's like if somebody goes up on stage in front of you and plays like just awful covers of Green Day, and then he's like, "All right, thanks, I'm the greatest. Now here's my follow up." You're like, man, this is going to be a bad set no matter what.
Yeah, you're the recovery act.
Yeah, exactly. How can I salvage this? Oh, man.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think Drew kind of already got to it, but yeah, we have our Mando review at 7 p.m. on Friday. I will be uploading videos every night or every day. So I'll have a video tomorrow. I'll have a video Friday. I will not have any videos on the weekend. I will be out of town.
Fun.
We'll see how that goes. But then we'll be back having videos again on Monday, and then next Wednesday we will be doing Bounty Live again here at 9 p.m. Eastern. And depending on what happens, we might do some more impromptu live streams because I thought our reaction with the Marvel Star Wars one was a lot of fun. And there was actually some stuff to get excited about, especially the Marvel stuff. And the what if stuff. The what if stuff looks really
what if?
So yeah, we'll while Mandalorian is on hiatus, we will probably be doing a WandaVision review. We'll have to figure out when. I'll have to look at the dates.
Yeah.
And we'll probably do similar to what we do with Mandalorian, whatever that day is at 7. Hopefully it's not a Wednesday. So we'll figure that out. So, but thank you all for joining us, and hope you guys have a great night. And if we don't see you on Friday, hope you have a great weekend. Have a good one, guys.
Take it easy.
Merry Christmas.